Hello, sausage.
Hello. How
You
do?
all right?
Yeah, I might. I'm good. And
There we
very
go.
good,
They're
mate.
working now.
Well, do you know what? It's nothing if not good content, eh?
Well, that's all right. That's what editing's for, mate.
Put my phone on loud, not quiet. Hold on. There we go. No, you can't edit out my sick burn about them being wireless, but being plugged in all the time.
Sick burn, man.
Mm,
Oh,
sick
how are
burn.
you?
Good, how are you? I feel like it's been ages since we've done one of these, but it was only like, was it last week?
Well, it's been ages since we've spoken.
Yeah,
That's
we've both
why.
been mega busy, haven't we?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my arms were on fire on Wednesday. I
You know what?
did
You know what you should do
what?
if that's the case.
What?
Put it in water.
I mean, there is that. That's another sick burn, but via me, not via you.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, yes. Um, yeah, I had a like a last minute. No, it wasn't last minute order. I knew that these people needed them, but I'd had most of what I needed ready, and they're like, "Oh, can we just add on a few more bits and pieces?" I was like, "Yeah, sure," because it's all the same print color. Yeah, go for
Mm.
it. Yeah, yeah, no worries. A few more bits and pieces was another 260 hoodies.
Brilliant. Love
Um,
it.
and I smashed front and back, chest and back prints, single color, and I
Wow.
smashed through them all in a day and a half.
So 500 prints, give or take.
Well, 1,000 because they're PFPs.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. Yeah, nice little job then.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was in a bit of a bad way on well today. I finished that last night. It's not actually the printing doesn't bother me so much. It's just dealing with the garments. We've said this before, like over and over, constantly having to touch them.
Mm,
It's just depressing. Like the first time you take
mm.
them out of the catch bin, you're like, oh. The second time you're like, oh. And then you have to fold them. And you're like, oh. But I QC them all before I fold them. I probably touch a garment like 6 times.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Mm.
that's what kind of part of the my frustration is at my day job
Mm.
is like my boss is like when he's always like so we'll get an order in and say it's coming from like the garments coming from two different places or three different places or whatever, like Pencarry, Browler Wise, and I don't know, fucking unique. He'd be like, oh yeah, just press what we've got.
No.
And I'm just like, that makes no fucking sense
Yeah.
whatsoever. Because I'm like, I've got to go and get the box. I've got to pull everything out of the box. I've got to sort out what I need, put it all there, print it, put it back in the box, put it back on the shelf, and then do that three times.
Mm. It's not good.
And he doesn't get it.
No.
I'm just like, it's such a. I mean, I'm fucking leaving on fucking Friday, next Friday, so I don't really fucking care. Um, it's such a fucking stupid way of working.
Yeah. That's why actually I like getting orders in from independent because if you place an order with them, uh, whatever you order will be printed like in big letters on a big fucking A4 sticker
Mm,
with the job reference and then exactly what's in that box. So
that's
say
good.
yeah, so say you ordered I don't know you got a Lucci's titty bar
Mm,
for a job for that right, and you had like 50 t-shirts and 12 hoods.
mm.
They would be marked on the outside of the boxes what sizes
Ah, that's good. I like
and
that.
what colors. If you ordered them in all different colors, literally on the outside of the box in a big fucking sticker, it would say Lucci's Titty Bar. Not necessarily. Other titty bars are available. Um, like five hoods in green, one hood in a medium, one
That's
extra
good.
small, and it's massive down the side. It's so fucking good.
Mm.
And they do
That's
those
but
stickers
that's
both
the
sides of the
thing with
box.
like fucking Ralawaz and Pancari. What really, really annoys me, and it's a really stupid pet hate, but it's when they put the delivery notes in the box.
Yes.
It really
Yeah.
fucking winds me up because it's like
Yeah.
if you've got a box that's like really packed,
Hmm.
they never put it on top.
Mm.
It's always like thrown in there somewhere, like down the side or in the middle. So I've got to pull everything out of the box just to get the fucking delivery note. Continental are good because they do them on the outside of the box.
Mm. What
Um,
I would really like is to have not only like the delivery note, we're getting really geeky here. Delivery note in the box, fine. Well, outside the box, like I can sort of live with that. But if I'd like the boxes to be numbered, so I know what's supposed to be in each box.
Well, Carry do that.
Yes, it depends how you order. If you do like an urgent order, they don't do that. A lot of the
No.
urgent order dispatch notes I've had.
Roller wires are the worst of the bunch for stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's so shit because the
and also,
boxes aren't even numbered, so you can't even. Well, I think they have like so Carry do like one of one or one of two and two of two, whereas
mm,
roller wise it's just one, two,
yeah.
three. It's like, well, how many boxes am I fucking waiting for then?
Yeah.
That, yeah,
Oh,
irrational.
speak.
I order from Rollerwise a hell of a lot more than Carry because they just give me better rates. But it's kind of like I want to order from Carry more
Mm.
because it's just better. But I
Speaking
do a
of
lot of Stanley Stella. So,
speaking of boxes, I made a right fuck up last night.
hmm.
I've got like a little porchway
I was
outside
about to
my.
say, speaking of boxes, and I was going to be like, you're not wearing any.
No, I'm not. I'm naked from the waist down, as always on the podcast. Um. Uh. Oh,
Are you
yes.
wearing your ASCala t-shirt, by the way?
No, I'm wearing. I wore that
Ah,
yesterday, which is why I'm not
squeezed
wearing that.
orange.
It's the
Yeah.
sweet orange one. Um. I've got a little porchway. Well, that's why I store box that are ready to come in the house that I need to like QC and then get packaged up. And I thought I bought everything in,
Hmm.
and I always work out obviously the delivery based on how many boxes I've actually like got have turned up. That's how many boxes go back out.
Right. Yeah.
So I know I can get it all back in there again effectively.
Hmm.
And 7 boxes. I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's not a problem at all. If there's part of the order, yeah, 7 boxes. And I packed them all up, and I didn't realize I had two empty boxes in the lounge or the packing area. I was like, and I just picked them up instinctively while I was QCing everything, thinking they were two of the boxes. I'd already
Hmm.
bought 5 in. So I packed them all in, and I always write on the opening tab of the box what's in there in what color,
Hmm.
so then I can keep track, and then I can do the packing list. Did all that, and then I opened the door to go and get something from outside, put the bin out, whatever, and I realised I'd left 2 boxes, two full
Oh,
boxes
you
of
fucking
garments.
tit.
So I was like, oh fuck! So I had to go through and basically repack everything to make it fit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I ended
I'll
up with
tell you
nine
what though,
boxes.
I not blowing my own trumpet here. Um, I'm okay as a screen printer.
Hmm.
I'm okay as a screen printer, but I think if I had to have like any other job in this industry,
Hmm.
it would just be hacking expert.
Hmm.
I would maybe not my life because I'm quite reliant on that, but I would bet a lot of things. I'll bet this gnome
That is
that
for the listener. Darcy is holding a gnome which I can only describe as it looks like a butt plug to start with.
I would bet this gnome
Yeah.
that's got his arm fallen off. That's why he's up here. I need to fix it.
Oh shit.
Um,
That snap off inside you, did it?
yeah, yeah, that's why it's brown.
Yeah.
Um, I would bet that gnome that
Mm.
I could pack boxes more efficiently than most wholesalers. Because when I get stuff fucking delivered in a big old fucking Aldi's box or Stanley Stella box, I can
Mm.
make that box smaller because I have smaller boxes. They're the boxes that I buy. The
Mm.
boxes that I buy can fit 85 t-shirts in like perfectly. And it's like, and you know, if you stack, if you pack them as like 50s, there's still, there's a little bit of a gap, but they're kind of like really rigid around the edges. So it's like, it
Mm.
doesn't matter if they're not filled all the way to the top. That's what I find with like when you get the boxes from the wholesalers, if they're not packed all the way to the top, Continental are good because their boxes are really good,
Yeah.
but like fucking like Audis and fucking all that shit, if they're not filled all the way to the top, the boxes like fucking cave in.
The issue I have is that for most of the contract jobs I have, they're folded in fives,
Right.
including hoodies, and
Mm.
there's only so many ways you can put a folded 5 hoodie in a box. I have to layer the extra smalls and the smalls together, the extra larges and the smalls
Right.
together.
Yeah.
So
Hoodies are a bit more of a problem.
yeah,
T-shirts, though, if I want to be really, really economical,
that's
economical,
that's easy for you to say.
yeah, fucking hell, economical.
If you want to save money,
Yeah, if you want to save money, if you want to save that dollar, you want to save those dollar bills, you you fold it. You have a stack of five.
Mm.
Tuck the sleeves in. Tuck the bottom up, and then you turn it over so the collar's facing you, and you almost like tuck your pinkies under it and curl it inwards. So
Mm.
you've almost got like a t-shirt tube,
Right. This is the
and you
way,
can
is it?
and you can fit five of those along a standard 60-40-40 box or 60-40-35, whatever they are. So you've got 25 t-shirts just on one row.
Uh, Darcy, this is sounding very like useful, informative, and I believe that's the job of the Chippy Tea boys. Can we get back to the nonsense? That was almost too helpful. Listener, if you found that helpful, just forget it happened. I'll get one of those Men in Black flashy things, and
No,
we.
no, no, no. What's got to happen now is you've got to come out with a really useful piece of information. Otherwise, it makes me look clever, and you're supposed to be the clever one.
I'm not the clever one.
You're the
200
fucking.
280 applications to a can of Tenza F20.
There we go. I have no idea what any of that means, but
That's I measured
oh, you're talking about web spray.
web spray. Yeah, I measured
Oh, there we go. There's something clever.
I measured how many applications I had. I haven't worked out the exact. I've got a record of how many. I basically know what size. I only sprayed the area of the print image because it's so accurate. Like there's
Hmm.
zero overspray on that stuff at all.
Have you got the application gun sort of thing?
No, I just bought a couple of cans just to test it out,
Okay.
and I won't be going
Where'd you get
back.
it from?
PCD sales, I think it is. It's
Okay.
three
I've been
pound
I've been
30
meaning to
plus
try
VAT.
some of that for a while. I can't remember where else I saw it. It might have been like Pyramid or something like that, and it was extortionate.
330 plus VAT.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try some of that from.
It honestly, I'm converted, and I've used loads of web sprays before, and well, I'm converted for hoodies and sweatshirts, definitely.
Hmm. I've got
Not
a
so much t-shirts.
really, really, really quick story because they're here and waiting, and then we'll intro our guests. But I know somebody who screen prints. I won't name who it is, but I saw them once using as adhesive on
Mm,
fleece. They
mm.
were using carpet tile spray.
Well, that's funny you say that because that's exactly what I did by accident. I thought I had
Mm.
some cans of F20 I could try, and it wasn't. It
But
was
then,
F40.
but then
Mm.
they shipped hoodies out to customers, and the customers
No,
tried the hoodies on.
and it stuck to their t-shirt underneath or something.
It
Shit.
was
No, that's
it had
bad.
basically stuck the hoodies together on the inside.
No, mine didn't. That didn't happen with mine. Mine got literally welded to the platens. I had to peel the platen tape off and throw the hoodies away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lesson, kids. Don't use fucking carpet tile spray.
Mm. Agreed.
Yeah, just be a normal person and use either water-based or spray adhesive, or better yet, web adhesive because it makes
Mm.
less mess.
Makes way. It makes no mess. I didn't have a
Hmm.
single miss spray.
Hmm. That's what she said.
Right. Should we let them in?
Right. I'm gonna have a really quick wait and then she'll intro them.
Yeah, 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 cool.
It's early. My bladder's out of sync.
You're gonna go to the toilet in the sink, did you say? Darcy's going for a wee, listener, as well, you know. Okay, we're recording an earlier episode, so it's 5:30 now. If he goes to the toilet again, I will make a note of what time it is. I say if, when he goes to the toilet. We'll see how long this boy can go between pisses. Because I reckon it's an hour maximum. Maximum. So if within an hour he's had another piss, we'll see what happens. He's really, really good at weeing for someone that's so full of shit. Oh, here he comes. There he is. Big round-headed man. Big round-headed buffoon. He's a silly sausage. He's only got a round head and a beard. And he looks like Captain Haddock from Tintin. Here he comes. Don't tell him that I sang this song.
Sorry, the fucking um foam bit for my earplug has just fallen off. Hang on.
You're a fucking mess today, mate.
Oh no,
There
oh
he,
no.
there he is. Right,
Right.
right. Have
Who've
we
we
got
got
both?
today?
Have we got both of them, or just one of them coming? Do you know?
I think it's both of them, yeah.
So we hopefully got Dan and Pete from Brixton Street Wear. I'm very excited about this. They're very different to other guests we've had on, purely just how they do shit, and their
Mm.
story's fucking mental. Like, can't wait. Well pumped for this. I've already had like a 25-minute conversation with purely by accident. So I said we'll save
Well,
something for the pod.
they're the only guests that we've ever had that have, when we were booking in, have given you
Give me a
their
telephone
mobile
number. He
number.
said, yeah, give me a ring. Give me a ring. We were
Yeah,
on the phone for like nearly half an hour.
yeah. So yeah, looking forward to it. Right.
Yeah.
So this
Get
is
in.
Dan and Pete from Brixton Streetwear. Here we go.
Oh, don't worry, technology's definitely missed us.
Oh, we had the same issue. Don't worry.
You guys all right?
Yeah.
Is that feeding back? Have we got you on a speaker in the shop?
Or is
That's
that all right?
Nah, it's always good to get feedback.
No, that sounds good.
Who was it I spoke to on the phone? Which one of you was it? It was you. Do you want, so do you want to before we crack on? Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Right, I'm Dan from Brixton Street Wear.
I'm Pete from Brixton Street Wear.
I feel like I know Pete my entire life after the half an hour we spent on the phone. It's very, very funny because I called, like you said, give me a ring. I said, yeah, I'll give you a ring. And in true South London fashion, it was instantly met with immediate hostility until I made it obvious who I was. Who's this? Who's this?
I'm like, yo, who's that?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like, why are you ringing me? You asked me to. Oh, it was good. Good times. Good times. How's things anyway? All right?
It was gold, mate. Yeah, it was a really good day today. Just nice and chilled out. And yeah, everything's sweet, man. It's good.
You got a nice little setup where you guys are, haven't you?
It's pretty good. You know what? It's more the people that come in and like just sit and chill with us. It's like, yeah, it's good, man. We've created something quite unique here, so it's brilliant.
You have. We're looking forward to talking about it. I know you've been covered on the news and stuff, but I mean, let's be honest, this is the best.
This is the
best
pinnacle,
outlet.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle now of your like media career is coming on the brand social. Oh,
Awesome. Right. Yeah, before we properly jump into it then, do you want to give us a little intro to yourselves and Brixton Streetwear?
Right, then the intro to ourselves is we're both South London boys, both born in Brixton. I've been here my entire life, so Brixton Streetwear come about as a gift from my brother to me when I was 40, and basically we're 7 years on now, and
Yeah,
so we've only been running Brixton Streetwear probably for 6 years, and it basically become its own monster. People wanted it more than we were selling it, so we had to create something, and we ended up here. So listen, if you had a vision of time and space where you'd want to be, this where we were looking. We were never looking to be actually in a shop at this point, you know. But yeah, it's the future, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it's just happened really fast.
yeah, you've had like a ridiculously quick growth. Ridiculously
very
quick.
Yeah, very quick.
We're ridiculously charismatic people.
Well, I know that you guys have you've got quite an interesting background, the pair of you, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk the listener through it? Just a brief version of it, because like when I read the story, I couldn't fucking believe it. Like, do you mind talking about it?
What about us when we were growing up together?
Yeah. It's just incredible. I mean, I think this is really important to the brand in general, because the connection you guys have is basically the core of your entire thing, really, isn't it? So I think I think like hearing this bit of the story is really integral, like for the listener to really understand, like, you know, how big a part of the story this is.
Of course, yeah, I don't mind. We were very young. Our mum was a very young mum as well, and we were only a year apart. And a lot of difficulties in families, like most people have. And we got split up when we were very young. Pete went with dad, and I went with mum's mum. So he went with his dad's grandmother, his dad's mother, and I went with mum's mother. So we were basically brought up by our grandparents, but in two different places. So Peter moved out of Brixton when he was probably about 3 or 4.
About 3 or 4, yeah.
So like all the family is still situated around Brixton area, but I never left. I was always within Brixton, and it was only later on in life when we met up when we were about 12 because the family had loggerheads a little bit, but it's just general things that happen.
It's when my dad passed away, and then we sort of connected.
Yeah, we reconnected. We were only young, and adults were in charge again. And sometimes when adults are in charge, it's not always the best thing. And so they moved on again. Peter was a bit of a traveller, I should say. He used to move around quite a lot. So,
the original gypsy kid.
yeah. Irish definitely come out of him. So like literally moved around quite a lot. So to actually locate him was quite difficult. And at one point we sort of we gave up a little bit because we didn't think we were going to see him again. So our mum used to have a picture on the wall in the hallway, and even as we were adults growing up, grown up, so we walked past it. And mum would say good night to your brother, or say goodbye.
It's the worst picture ever as well. It looked like a baby Trump.
Make Brixton great again.
We've still got it.
Our sister's got it, actual fact. But yeah, it's a mad picture. And it was painted in Brixton prison. And so we used to say,
not by me. It
was an armed robber, to be fair.
It was an armed robber.
So anyway, cut a long story short, years went past, we never see each other. I heard a few things about him, and he probably heard a few things about me. And we bumped into each other. There was 70,000 people at the Capital Radio Roadshow in Clapham Common. So that day, Mark Morrison was playing on there. And I remember that. Yeah, and I was walking through. I had probably a crew of about 30 people with me, and I was walking through.
I had 1 or 2.
I was walking through with my hat backwards and smoking a Jamaican woodbine, and I remember him looking at me, and I was like, because he put on some weight because he weren't well and he was on steroids. Remember, I was like, last time I see him, that's how he looked. So he was a bit unwell and he was on his steroids, so he was really bloated. And the second time I see him, he looked like a boy band. So he had curtains, he had a shirt on, skinny as hell, right? So like, I said to my boys, this guy keeps on. I mean, literally, they couldn't take their eyes off me, and I'm like, what are they looking at? So anyway, I said to my mate, if he keeps on looking at me, I'm gonna have to go over there anyway. This kid appeared from nowhere, and he went, "Is your name Dan?" I'm like, "Yeah, what?" And he was like, "That's your brother over there, Peter." And I mean, literally, I didn't burst into tears. Like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe he recognised me, you know. And so after that, we were inseparable. Yeah. So like, we took charge of our own life. So how old are you? 15, 16?
16.
Yeah. So I was just turned 17. So from that point when we met, we decided from then on that we were in control of us.
We stayed.
You know, so we stayed in touch with each other, and then our brothers and sisters all met him, and then we just become who we are. And I can't get rid of him now, really, to be fair. So
time to make up, isn't it? It's like,
you know what? But the funny thing about it is you know, someone says,
it never felt like I was.
Yeah, it never felt like you weren't here. Do you know what I mean? So like, for me personally, you know, he is me and I am him. You know, I love my other little brother I grew up with. Like, I love him to bits, but he used to nick all my stuff. So I wanted to kill him. I was quite trendy when I was growing up. I was a besties. I was always a trendsetter. I'd buy the freshest things coming out of New York. Like, I'd have all the baseball tops on and the kits.
Was that the first thing you said to him when he came back into your life? It's like, I'm glad to have you here, but please don't nick my shit.
Like, listen, I was too skinny to get he was bigger than me.
Yeah, I was a big lump, but he's the same size shoe as me, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I do nick his trainers in and out.
But yeah, that's the way it went. And up to this point, like, I'll make it perfectly openly clear that I wouldn't be who I am without him. Do you know what I mean? And it changed my direction in life slightly. Like, my kids changed my direction, but he really changed my direction. You know, made me believe in me, as opposed to, you know what I mean, someone else saying to you, "Oh, yeah, you're great at doing that," even though you can do that. It's not like you might be able to do it. You know? So that's what happened with me, and that's why this has all come about.
This is that sort of story, like, and background to something is exactly why you guys are as popular as you are, because there's no bullshit. It's just that is the story. It knows it's authentic as all hell. That's not the sort of thing you can just fucking make up and people like will buy into. It's 100%. It is the brand, isn't it? Effectively,
Yeah.
it's all love, isn't it?
Well, everything that was the problem is like back then we don't really know what was going on. Yeah, so we never. Our mums and dads gone, so we ain't got no one to really tell us the full story. Like we got,
I was never worried.
Yeah, I was never worried, but I knew at some point in my life that we would cross paths. But it's just when we would cross paths, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm the older brother out of all of them, but for me, it felt like a responsibility for me to find him, and he found me. You know, so it's just, out of 70,000 people, 2 people colliding at the same time, at the same place, at that moment.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was meant
That's
to be,
pretty
wasn't it?
mental. Yeah.
The match.
Yeah.
Mark Morrison, like, that's how I remember it. Really, like, that's how I remember it, because I remember that was playing. Yeah, because Mark Morrison just come onto the stage when I met him. Yeah, so like literally, I remember turning around and that was it. You know, so like yeah, the rest is history.
A random story off centre. I dropped Mark Morrison off to a strip club in Hammersmith once. He got in his cabin, he was there to a strip club, and I dropped him over in Hammersmith. Sorry, just a side note.
No.
I suppose that's part of being a cabbie is knowing where all the titty bars are.
That's a small part.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, amazing. Well, I think that's probably
brilliant.
one of the best origin stories we've ever had. So then you basically you just decided to make him a t-shirt one day. That's the long and the short of it, really.
So I didn't know what to get him, and then I sat down and I sort of scribbled these things together. And in the brand, if you get the logo up, it's all specific to Dan. So like Brixton Street Wear is obviously where we're from. The round record logo, which is significant to like a white label record. In the centre of the logo, which I don't know if you can see behind you, but
yeah,
it says DOC, which is Daniel O'Connell, which is his initials.
Nice.
And then it's used to say established 1977. We've only changed it to text in the last couple of years. But it used to say 1977, which was the year he was born. And then
the reason it's a record logo, I missed it out, is because I used to DJ in the early 90s.
Yeah.
So like I was like a house hip hop DJ, and I stopped DJing in '98. Yeah. So, but I've still got all my stuff and all my equipment, and I love every bit of it. But that's why it was so.
And that's why it was a record logo based on that. So it's all just specific for Dan, like an old Maori tattoo. You know, if you a Maoris get a tattoo, that's sort of like what it was like. And I put it on a t-shirt. No, it's a hoodie and a cap. And then gave it to him for his birthday. And then, mate, it just sort of picked up pace, didn't it? It just started going like his friends were going, look, I want that t-shirt. So we was just selling to them for what we got them for. And then it just started picking up pace.
Rolling, like it was really odd because like people that I knew of, like that I used to be hanging around back in the days, was getting in contact with us and going, oh, can you get that through social media? So we never even had an Instagram or nothing.
No, nothing.
So one of my friends, my mate Daryl, baller D6.
Big up Daryl.
Big up Daryl. Yeah, baller D. He basically bought a bunch off me and then gave them out to all our friends, innit? Yeah. So and then all of a sudden the Instagram appeared and it just blew up.
They would put the Instagram on and even like the followers we got, like the quality of followers we've got, you know, it's just been really good. It's just gone strength to strength to strength to strength. And I think just because we're still cab drivers, I think I might have said to.
I think even the foreign secretary follows us.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, but he's in need of deputy prime minister.
He does something now, like it's unreal, like you know. So like we got people on there who go, "What the hell does he know about what we do?" You know what I mean? But
well, I think you're all encompassing in a way, because when people buy into you as a brand, people obviously know what you do. Our listeners won't know exactly the full story of like what your brand does, particularly because you're very, very community focused, aren't you? Like if someone buys something from you, it is genuinely benefiting someone in the immediate area of where you're located, effectively, isn't it?
Yeah, well, what we do, like, because obviously we've got the store now, so it's slightly different because we've got overheads and we've got bills to pay. So what we do is all the collaborations that we do, the profits will go back to whatever community-based project we're working with. We've also got another logo that we're releasing to help work in other areas, like because people from Hackney might want to wear Brixton if they're young boys or girls, and we've got like the DOC is now turned into definition of community. So basically,
nice.
So what we're going to do with that is we're going to basically use that for when we get bigger and branch out into other parts of London, England, or wherever we go in the world. So that is going to be our focal point on helping other communities. And what the other thing we wanted to do, which is a bit crazy, is we wanted to try and get youth centres funded by people like us, like the brands that people wear our clothes. These youngsters wear our trainers, our hats, our t-shirts. And if we could all come together, put into some sort of fund where we could fund youth centres all over London, Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds, you know, and have these people meeting each other on a regular basis. So it makes a different network. It ain't only about Brixton Street Wear, it's about changing the young people and showing them how you can do other things without being against each other, even if you're from the same. Some of them don't even know each other. You know?
I don't know if there's anyone else out there really doing what you do, how you do it, is there? Not with the same vigor. Nowhere near.
Well, it's I mean, that type of idea is amazing because it's kind of like you think back to like when, you know, me and Pav are roughly the same age. I think you guys are a little bit older than me, probably. Not trying to insult you there. Promise.
Not trying, but still succeeded.
But it's like back then, it's like we had shit like youth clubs and that. And it's now there, or the community centres or whatever, there's just fuck all now. And it's like, it's fucking depressing. Like I live where I live, there is fuck all in the town. Like the high street's fucking dead. And it's all you've got is fucking like 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds running around just causing trouble. And it's like, and I was one of those kids still, you know, I had like, you know, the youth centres, community centres, all that sort of stuff, and used to go there and it kept me out of trouble a bit, but I'd still go out and be fucking stupid, you know. And it's like now where I live, that's all kids have got is just going out and causing trouble sort of thing. So it's like, you can't really blame them for getting in shit. Like,
the thing is, with a youth centre, people within the community know who you are. Yeah. No one knows who you are.
Exactly.
Like it's like me. When my children were growing up in Brixton, like all the young kids around knew who I was. They used to see me coming in with my music playing, with my car, my roof down, all the kids would run around, and I'd bring like packets of sweets in and give them to my kids, and they give them to their mates. So they all knew who I was. So I knew who they were. So when they're growing up on our estate, it's like one of them's been done for something, another one's been done for something else, another one's killed. And I'm thinking to myself, what journey are these kids on? Who's watching what they're doing, you know? And it's like, it's young people killing young people, you know? But like, I got recently, there was an event in Brixton, and the mayor had come here and it's, we've opened this many youth centres. Cod's work, mate. I tell you now, I don't know, no kids are going to
the mayor of London, that is, the mayor of London. Not the mayor of London. We like him.
You don't have to calm down with the swearing, by the way. There are no filters on this podcast. You don't.
Pav says some fucking heinous things on this podcast, guys. Seriously.
Well, they said to me, like, there was a thing. They said, "Oh, would you like to meet him?" I said, "I can't meet the man. I'm really sorry, I can't meet him, because if I truly believe what I believe in my heart, I can't meet someone that hasn't got the same ethos as me. And I believe, like, I don't want to be the mayor of London, but I truly believe if someone that thought like someone like us as human beings, like genuinely believed in something, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in. You know, why are you going to spend £2.5 million on a quarter of a mile of road outside my house to put a cycle lane in when there ain't one new centre in my block? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mad, isn't it?
You know, they've rid bikes for 50 years with no problems. My road, I think, you know, on the odd occasion someone gets run over, they still get run over. It don't make no difference. Cyclists go around the wrong place. But I'm not going against cyclists. What I'm saying is that they spend £2.5 million on funding a system, for safety, when they can put it into kids' safety and use it for the young people of the area. And that's only one street. That's only one road.
This is him getting on. Like, listen.
It sets me off, man.
But he even done the same with one of the top people at night. They tried to tell us about that we're not, that we can't, that we shouldn't do the way we do stuff, and then he got
No,
in.
but no, fucking good on you, mate. Good
No.
on you.
Well, all I
That's
said to
the
them-
way you got to be, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Well, all I said to them was like, he was going, "I'll do this, I can do that, I can. I'm one of the head people of this." And I said, "Right." I said, "How much are your trainers?" And he was like, "Oh, well." I said, "No, yeah, I know how much they are because I buy them." So I said, "Your Jordans are like 189 or something like so, nearly 190." So say you said £200. Give 5% of that to something that helps young people in a community centre in London or wherever across. These people are wearing your garments, wearing your items, and you ain't putting nothing back into them succeed.
So
You know?
the problem with that though, so I used to, not necessarily the problem, but I'll get to what I mean in a minute. I used to work in the charity sector. I was in the charity sector for a long time. And what we used to find is we'd get these like massive like sponsors and stuff. And I'm obviously not going to name anybody because it's, fucking, what's the word?
I'll fucking name them.
Word. No.
You
But there was a
text me,
couple
I'll
of
tell
charities I
them.
worked at in particular, and they'd give us a load of dough. They'd give us like literally £250,000, £500,000 or something to set up programs and do all this stuff and everything. And then they basically go, "Ah, that's us done," and then just fuck off again. And that's their idea. Yeah, it's not greenwashing. What's the word? Along those lines,
They get tax rebates, don't they, for charity work?
Yeah. It's a little bit of kickback, and it's just like there's too many big companies out there that do that. And I think I don't want to necessarily name Nike as one of those because they might do some good. I don't know, sort of thing. But I know that there are a lot of big companies out there that do it. And that one that I was talking about do.
Yeah.
Them.
Well, a lot of companies out there do put back in, but they don't. It does never get to where it's go in the right positions. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I think the wrong people are in charge of it. It needs people that knows what and continuous funding. That's why if we ever done something like this, in the future when we got bigger, I don't want no government funding because funding can be pulled quite easily. And I'd rather a collaboration of brands go, look, we will put into this project for X amount of time, and we'll do it based on sales, not on the commitment. So they go, if we sell 1,000 pairs of trainers, and we're going to give you 5% off them trainers, then you expect that 5% off them trainers. I mean, if they only sell 750,000, like 100,000 or 200,000 pairs, then you expect the percentage of that. Do you know what I mean? But it funds the things that are going on. You know.
So are you guys kind of sort of on that same subject, because I've brought up charities and stuff like that? You guys aren't like a registered like non-profit or anything like that, are you? No? Not that there's anything bad with that. I'm just curious is all.
We don't even take money out of the company.
No. We both work.
Yeah, I read that. Let's say it all gets recycled back into community, doesn't it?
Into the business or into the community.
So is that not something you've thought of then, kind of going down like the non-profit route? Because it could kind of, no, I'm not saying register as a charity or anything like that, but like kind of going down that route because it can open up like other like, I guess like funding avenues, but not like, government funding and stuff. It's like almost putting yourselves in front of people who would be willing to support your projects. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, do you know what? We've just done what we've done because we wanted to. Yeah. And I think people said this to us in the past. And like genuinely, I believe we're doing the right thing, like the way we're doing it. So in my eyes and his eyes, we get this idea and we go, "Boom, we're going to do that." People spoke to us about actually registering as it was like CIC. It's CIC, yeah. So like, that's and when we get bigger, we might have to, because obviously tax reasons, stuff like that. But while we're doing things hands on and me and him can control everything we're doing, then it becomes it's mine and his projects. You know what I mean?
Well, the more down these roads you go, where you add in like, "I'll get in this register, that register," you're just adding more barriers into your process of. Whereas at the minute you're so agile, you can go, right, we've made $1,000. Like we're going to give it away. We're going to spend it on this. Like that's no.
That's basically how it goes. That is exactly how it goes.
Well, we worked with another big company. Won't mention their name, but they wanted us to send items of clothes out to Europe for them to assess them, to then be sent back into England to be assessed again and then put on the rails. So what we've done is we ain't going to do that. basically.
I'll try and say, no, pull the project.
Pull it. We just put it.
I'm doing that.
So then, what we've done with the project is basically they were going, well, you get this much money and we get this much money, and we went, well, we're giving it back to this project that we're doing it for. So they were like, oh, so what are you going to do? And they were like, well, we give it back as well then. So everything that was made on the item of clothing that we were dealing with all went back to the project we were dealing with. So yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so like
we
leading by example, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They looked at us and went, oh, well, you know.
Well, sometimes you need that, don't you? It's kind of like if they're looking at you and they're like, oh, well, they're doing that, we probably should too. It's kind of like, because they'd look like right cunts if they didn't. So
we do what we want to do. You know what I mean? So like it's like people in the shop and night they go, why don't you put this up and you do charity? Why don't you? Because we don't. We do what we do. You know, I had someone say, why don't you put the pictures and the checks up and all this that we've done? I don't want to do that. This is my store. Come into my store, buy my t-shirt, and if you look into what we really do, and you're really interested, then you find out. Because like anyone that buys, I don't know, years ago you get a ton to ton top or something like that. So no one ever looks into ton to ton or Gucci or Nike. They just go and buy the items of clothes. I would like people to buy the item of clothes, look into what we do, and go, right, hold on a minute, these have got something. You know, we're more of a, we sell more of a feeling than we do a brand. We a clothes. You know?
Well, that actually makes you more of a brand.
Yeah, we're an emotion.
Well,
you know,
we had a similar conversation on the, not in terms of the community aspect, but just kind of like doing, I guess, good or better on the last episode we did with our mate Sarah from Heck Press. And she was talking about wanting to make her print shop more environmentally friendly and stuff like that. And it wasn't necessarily from the point of it being a selling point. It's just what you should do, and it's the right thing to do, and it's the good thing to do. And I kind of think you guys are in that same bracket too. It's like you don't need to put the checks up on the wall, sort of thing. I guess it's almost a byproduct. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like the things that are there for display. It's kind of like they are a byproduct of just what you do, sort of thing, which is good. It's
well,
you know.
To be fair to you, like we were sitting here today. This is how the world works for us, and like he's a great believer in the universe and things moving the way they want to move. And I'm a great believer in, well, it's here and now, let's do it. And we had a guy coming here and he's got a book and he's just released his book. He's done a write-up about UK hip hop. He comes from Italy. He's walked into our store. He said, someone told me to come and see you. So he said to me, can I give you one of my books to put up? Because you see, we got an artist that's got Child Modi. So he was Tupac's photographer. We got one of these books. We got Chuck D signed book up on our wall, everything. So these are things that mean things to us. Jumping Jack Frost, Ray Keith, all these people mean something to us, and we've met them along our path. And I said, no, I'll put it up for nothing. Don't worry about it. I said, but if you want to leave some in store, we'll sell them and transfer you the money back to Italy. And he went to me, well, do you know what I'm going to do? He said, I'm going to send the books to you. He's gone, I'll give you a percentage. I don't want a percentage. No, you got to have a percentage. I said, I don't want a percentage. I said, oh, I won't sell them. He was like, well, what do you want? I said, I don't want nothing. I said, what I want you to do is just tell everyone that where your book is and I'll sell it to you. And he's like, I can't believe you're going to do that. And I was like, well, we don't want anything. But he said, well, what I'll do is you're the only store in London that will have that book.
Yeah, perfect.
Said, you've got to promote it. And I was like, that's fair enough.
So that's a move that has basically cost you nothing and will potentially have, you've now got exclusivity overnight and that people are going to come to you for, and they'll then buy other things from you.
Yeah,
it's like you've basically just by sticking to your
That's like perfect marketing.
It is marketing 101.
To be honest, I'm not the cleverest carrot in the box, but you know, sometimes when you do something from your heart.
I mean, from that story, it sounds like you're smarter than being Pav put together.
Yeah,
we would have just been like, Pav, just take the money, money.
You'll be quite surprised how many people want to invest in what we do, and we've asked a couple of people that we trust when we go into bigger project. Obviously, you need funding, and they've said yes, but we managed to sort of step in with ourselves. So we managed to fund ourselves along to this way. But like, we had other people go, if I put this in, I'll get that out. And we're like, nah, that's all right, don't worry. Because the more we give away to people that want the profits, the more we can't give away to people that need the profits. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Nah, that's all right. We're all right. Thank you very much. We'll carry on.
Do you wanna outline some of the projects you've been involved with? Because I think that's quite interesting.
Good one. Good projects we've done so far.
Yeah. Well, but basically,
Yeah.
where you spent the money in the community and things like that.
So our very first project that we done was when we first opened our website. It was on Black Friday, it was like 2019, and we brought out a collection, and all the profit went back to the Brixton Street Gym of that Black Friday collection. So we created a collection. It's just for Black Friday, and all the profit goes back to them. And then obviously,
but we didn't reduce no prices.
Yeah, we don't reduce
so
them. There's no
good.
We don't go in sale on Black Friday. We bring out a collection, and then all the profit from that goes back to whatever community project we deal with.
Nice. No, I've been following you guys for a while. I saw that.
That was our very first sort of collab collection that ever got launched.
Yeah.
And then COVID kicked in, so we sort of kept that collection running. So when, like 3 months later, when everything started opening, their gym opened, we went down and we took them the money, and it sort of helped them out over like a period of like 1 or 2 months to pay their rent or whatever they wanted to do.
Actually, they were giving people
free
classes.
Free classes, yeah.
And actually, they phoned us up and said, like, do you mind if one of the mums of the child wants to get involved, could we use it for that? Just use it for whatever you want. Don't ask us nothing. What you think is right. If you think buying tea bags is right for it, it's on your conscience, be it. But they've done everything, and we're working with them again at the moment.
Yeah, that's our newest collab now.
So that was that one.
We've done the soup kitchen,
resole.
So in lockdown as well, what we were doing with resole, we were saying to people, if you donate a pair of trainers that still have life, we'll deliver the clothes you drop off, like the clothes you order. So we'll deliver it personally, and we'll pick up the trainers.
Amazing.
And we were doing that through lockdown, like picking up. We had you had boot of trainers.
Yeah, well, there's a little story about that, because resole, I had these trainers in my boot, and I put them in my lockup, but I never got to the lockup that day. And I went into central London, and it was like a ghost town. There's tumbleweeds everywhere. It's like, this is about 11 o'clock at night, so like I'm still trying to work. This is
during COVID.
During COVID, there's people, doctors and nurses, still moving about, and people like in business offices doing certain things. And this guy walked up to me and never had no shoes on at all. So I've looked through all the shoes that I had in the boot. I never had one pair of size 8s. The only pair of size 8s I had was on my feet. So he got me size 8s. So I did the training away to him. Fortunately enough, they were me cab driving trainers and not me good ones. So
not your 180 quid Jordans.
I definitely didn't give him my Vapor Max, but I had a pair of like Air Max 90s. They were a little bit worn. They weren't like, to everyone else they looked fantastic. To me, they weren't great. But I'll give him my trainers, and I wore a pair of size 9 Air Forces home. So so yeah, it was really random. But
so we were doing that.
Yeah.
And then that's what we've done. I've done loads. We helped raise money for a spoken word charity called Mind Over Matter, so people to go and just create spoken words about sort of their sort of journey, if it's depression or if it's whatever it is they wanted to talk about. And
we work with Zan on that. We work with
Zemcare, a candle making who deals with like neurological candles. So we collabed with her, and we created these scented candles, and that's what we sold on our website.
Yeah, with the soup kitchen, we collaborated with the Lazy Scientist. He makes sauces in Brixton, and basically
we sold them on our website.
Yeah, we sold them on our website. So we had sweet and heat. So I was the heat because he can't take the heat, and typical Paddy. Him, he starts sweating over a mushroom.
Sweating over a mushroom.
I'm using that saying from now on.
Right, anyway, get the mushroom.
Never tell you two were brothers.
But yeah, people were like, "Yeah, you're a clothing brand and you're selling sauce." I was like, "Yeah, so what?"
Well, that's the ultimate test, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate, and it sold out.
Yeah, there you go,
mate. We've had brands on here that we've had a few brands that sell coffee, haven't we? Yeah, we've had others that do like candles and fucking all sorts. It's like there's nothing weird about that.
We got some mad ones coming up, so we're gonna do some bits and pieces, a bit like for our brand, it's just the evolution of our brand. So we work with like people like who else? We've had some others. We've done the graffiti wall.
We've done the Stockwell graffiti wall where we collabed with an artist called T-Boy, and we created 10 sort of Brixton pounds. And they sold out really fast.
So he was in trouble as well at that time. So like he was struggling. He was doing it all on his own. And we never knew nothing about this. So like he's around us every day now because we got a book stop in our shop as well. So Boyd,
change your books over.
Yeah, Boyd is he's a fantastic graffiti artist, but he also works within the community really hard. So he's got books here you can come and take for nothing. You know, so
he was running the graffiti wall, weren't he? Just using his own money to fund it.
So we give him £1,200 to do whatever you want. You know what I mean? So
and then there was freezing. We bought all the boxing equipment.
Yeah, we bought boxing equipment for a group of kids that were training on the estate. That was with Rob. One of our friends, Rob, he said, I'll help you. I know where to get them. I know what to do. So we've done that. Oh, mate, this is... And the list goes on. There's other little projects that we never post about. There's other things that we've
Brixton Top Cats.
We've done Brixton Top Cats.
Brixton Top Cats, where we've done the T-shirts and then donated to them.
There's other things what we've done in like in the store as well. But it's like there was a young man. When we first opened, he kept on coming in the shop. And he said, look, it's learning difficulties, but he kept on coming in and asking the same questions every Saturday. And like his mum was out there one day, so he's come in and I was talking to him, and he went back outside and he kept on looking through the window. So I said, what T-shirt are you looking at? He's in the blue one, so I got it, put it in a bag, and give it to him. His mum's going, oh, we can't afford it. We can't. Don't worry, just take the T-shirt. I mean, to us, it don't make no difference. Someone else is going to pay for something. That's going to pay for it. So give him the T-shirt, and like the people that come in afterwards buying stuff because they're like, oh, you give that little boy a T-shirt. And it weren't for that. It's only because he's come in and I knew he couldn't afford it and he wanted one, so he got it. You know.
Yeah.
Would you say you pretty much run your brand almost entirely on gut feeling?
Without a doubt.
That's amazing.
And emotional. Sometimes we've got a lady that comes here just for a hug. You know, and I won't say on here what's happened to her family, but she comes
traumatic experience as a mother. It's just like you would never want to go through with a mother and having children.
She comes in here and sees us just for a hug, you know. So like she
come in here literally about 10 minutes before we went live.
So like if you could just stand here for a day and watch what goes on, you wouldn't believe it. It's serious. It's the mentaliest place on earth.
This shop is crazy.
It's amazing because most people will sort of run a little bit with their gut and emotion when they're running any sort of business, but particularly with a brand, there's always a bit that kicks in and goes, right, well, I've got to start making smart decisions now.
Yeah, it's
very hard to do what you're doing, but it's so authentic. Like once people understand why you're doing what you're doing, it's just incredible. You've basically created a community hub, haven't you? Effectively.
Yeah, that's
what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is, but yeah.
We've collabed with even big brands and they've been good, but we did the collab with Foot Locker, we did a collab with Weekend Defender.
Lean back, you're trying to hide out the camera, bro.
We've done a collab with Foot Locker, Weekend Defender. We've done collabs with Soho House.
That was a pretty good one for us, to be fair.
Yeah, we've done a few big collabs as well.
I had someone try to question us then, didn't it?
Yeah, we boss it. We boss it. It's down to us.
Yeah, I had quite a famous DJ come to me and go, well, so why Brixton? Like, well, why not Brixton? And he goes, yeah, but what about Brixton? I said, well, because I lived there. And then he went, oh, right. And then he went away and I looked at what he's gone and sat down and then come back to us.
Yeah,
and went, oh, I didn't realise who you knew. And I said, well, they know me. I don't know them. And he went, oh, okay. This is one of the moments they go, oh, you know who I am. It was like, for me, I didn't care who he was. I don't care what it's about. But I said to him, where are you from? You're from Brixton then, or South London? He's like, no, I'm from West London. I'm like, you questioned me before then. You know what I mean? What's it matter what I'm doing?
Mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
But to be fair to the man, he did come back and say sorry. You know? Because I don't back down from anything, because everything I say, I stand on. And it's even like we had some people come in and they wanted us to do part of the black cultural market. And I wasn't having none of it, because I turned around and said straight to them, I said, well, for starters, I'm not black. And for secondly, I said, the brand that we run is for everybody. It's like, they went, yeah, but we sell in hoodies and it's for black people. I said, how do you work out? What are you looking at? what are you talking about? So anyway, they turned around and said, I love your honesty. And then they walked off, and I just looked at my brother. I said, what the hell was that about?
Your platform's to elevate
Black businesses.
black businesses. Why are you asking me? But they were trying to get us because our platform is growing so much. But you're like, no, you're now not being true to the original reason why you created the black culture market.
Yeah, so like, I stood back and I looked at him. I said, bro, we can't do something that we don't really. That's not for us. You know what I mean? If they ask for the Irish, if they ask for the Irish culture market, we'd be there now. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But like, it's like,
We'd probably steal everything and drink everything.
Put up in his caravan.
You'd have that Brixton fucking logo all over those potatoes, wouldn't you?
We've got British Street Wear caps.
Getting DOC in the top of a pint of Guinness.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing. Like you got.
Well, you know the DOC stands for his initials, which is Daniel O'Connell.
Yeah.
But in Ireland, Daniel O'Connell is basically the Che Guevara of Ireland.
The liberator.
You know that? The liberator of Ireland.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'm
now
not...
the liberator of Brixton Village. Yeah, no. To be fair, like to us, I think everything you do and say, you got to be straight down the line.
Yeah.
No, I don't try and be who I am, and it's quite surprising when people come down and they question your integrity of what you're doing. And I suppose if you ever do anything good in this world and you ain't getting nothing back off it, people often want to question why. Do you get what I'm saying? So
you can't be wrong and strong.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I like that.
Fuck the mushroom comment off then. You can have that one.
That's upsetting.
Oh, the mushroom one was so good though.
That was good.
With the brand, it's just, listen. We are who we are, and it is what it is, and it does what it does. That's it.
Yeah,
we've had quite a few.
Well, the brand is basically based on the 90s. That's all it's based on. So the base is like when I was growing up in this area in the 90s. Yeah, like I think I was 16, 17 before I encountered any sort of hatred or anything against any colour. It was when I went into the working world and realised how the world has changed, you know, because all my friends were from different places and we all hung around together and ate the same foods and done the same stuff. You know what I mean? So that people coming here from when I was growing up now and they're like, bro, I love, do you know what? I'm so glad that you've done this. I couldn't think of anyone better to be running it than you and your brother. You know what I mean? So it's like, for us, it's like an important piece of the puzzle to Brixton, because someone actually come in and said that, oh, you're like a staple corner of Brixton now, you know?
Yeah, because you're not had your shop that long, have you?
No, we've been here 3 months open, 4 months in total. I was decorating it till he destroyed it. It took me another 2 weeks to finish it. Don't leave him in charge of any sort of.
What did he do? Was it the toilet? Did he have a mushroom pizza?
Bruv, listen, I had it finished, yeah, right? I swear to God, right? The people that were coming in here will vouch. I had this finished, the whole place, yeah. I've done it. I said to him, please leave it alone.
One day I was here.
Yeah, let me do it on my own. We had a sink over there. I come back in next day, the whole wall pulled down. I'm like, what the hell have you done? So I had to plaster it and paint it within a week and get it ready. And then it was damp. And then I had to fix that. The drama. Oh, we're here now. So.
What I done was we come in here, finished, and I was just coming in to clean up. I just took it. I thought the sink was just too much.
It was too much.
So
you're right.
So I got my mate down. I said, "Come on, we'll take the sink out." He said, "You asked your brother." I said, "Oh, we'll just send him a picture afterwards."
It looked like someone had done cupping on the wall, like we was glue stuck in this big panel, and he pulled it off.
What's that saying? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's
what
it,
I've done.
Every time. So we got over that. It took me a few weeks to get over it. I wasn't very happy, but yeah.
He's still not over it. You see how he
there's also that other one. It's act now, consequences later.
He's still not over it.
That's all right. Don't worry. He forgets I go and buy his breakfast.
Lots of mushrooms tomorrow.
Yeah, he's already mushrooms today. Yeah, that's good.
But yeah,
Who do you take turns in running the shop then? Is that, or do you have someone that works there?
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, well, we both run it together. So like I get here in the morning, here coming a little bit late because he's got children.
I've got little ones, but I've got the worst timekeeping ever. I've got to admit that.
Yeah, he's definitely got a shit watch.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Like he literally, if you say 9 o'clock, he's there at 11. So he's like absolutely whack at getting anywhere on time. But I normally come around, open up the shop, tidy up, put some stuff out, get myself ready, put some music on. And by then he's here and we start. But he's meant to go to work about 3 o'clock. He don't leave till 5, 6. So like literally, he can't get out of the market. But
so because it's busy, people kept coming in, talking to you.
yeah, like, I'm surprised no one's got the door.
Yeah. We've had one person wait, but normally, like, I think they must know we're doing so because we put a thing up at the window.
Like a curtain, stop people looking in.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Does
So
people think you're filming a porno in there?
The casting couch.
The mushroom couch.
Not with me, not yes.
Two brothers, one brand.
Oh. Only brands.
Only brands.
Rusty Sheriff.
Cut that out.
Cut a long story short. Yeah, so I'm with it pretty much every day. We work from Tuesday to Sunday, but he does the Sunday because I've got too much going on with my family, and I have to spend time with my missus at some point in my life. So
you don't have anyone else working there at all? It's just you guys.
No, we just literally got one of our lads that we got around us. He's our videographer. So all the amazing things you see being done on our socials are normally created by my brother or him. And he was our model originally. So he comes in the morning just to relieve the pressure of me getting here. And yeah, he comes in. Yeah. So he's here from about 10:30 to about 1 o'clock.
It's mainly us though.
Yeah, but we mainly run it together. You know? And on the odd occasion, you might see our sister here. Or my best mate, my other brother that I've adopted from another mother. Yeah. But everyone they congregate around us now, which is fantastic. What we imagined it happening is happening, you know? The way we thought it was going to go, you know?
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's wicked. It's wicked. It's nice because we've been on other places. I think I might have told you we've been on some other stuff, and they said like,
oh, you told me how famous you were. Yeah.
So I don't know what to say now.
Was it the BBC?
No, it wasn't the BBC. Oh, I have been on that. Yes.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh yes.
So I mind show on Channel 4. So
yeah, he was on the show on Channel 4. And we were talking about the brands, and they were saying like, out of all the brands that are making it and doing their thing, none of them come from sort of a real working class heart as such, because most of the brands that are created by people, they are working, but they've not got bills, they've not got kids, they've not got
it's a hobby. It's not a.
It's just there, and then they become massive, and then they have all the bills. They're not doing like
middle-aged men.
Two middle-aged men with families and wives.
You try and be a middle-aged man and try and sell like a hoodie to a 20-year-old. It's quite difficult.
You'd be surprised. Most of the people we speak to, then I wouldn't describe them as young. Would you, Darcy? We had like maybe 2 like young people on.
Yeah, I think most of them are probably our age upwards.
Most of the people we spoke. And how many episodes are we on now? 56, 57?
Yeah, coming up to 60 episodes.
Yeah.
It's like there's probably, I could probably count on one hand like the guests that we've had that are like 25 and under.
Yeah.
Which is I think
what I meant was in clothing brands. Sorry. So I didn't mean it as in as in. I know a lot of people do businesses. I'm not saying people don't do businesses.
No. That's what I mean. Like the people that we've spoken to, it's kind of like there's probably only a few that are 25 and under. It's kind of, I think, in this industry, I think, and it might be a case that some of them have tried stuff, like setting up brands or like dabbled in it a little bit when they're younger. But I think when you're in kind of like this game, I think you get to a certain stage where you kind of go, right, I'm going to take this seriously now. whether it's from the creativity side of it or whether it's from the business side of it, and going, I want to build a brand, I want to make a business, I want to make money, sort of thing, or I want to take the creative side of the business seriously and start, like, you know, whether it's fucking working as an illustrator or whatever sort of thing. Like, but it's yeah, everybody's journey's different though, aren't they? It's kind of like I started my first brand when I was, how old was I? Was about 25, I think I was 26. And it's kind of like, and now I'm on to brand 3. So it's like, you know, as well as signing my print shop and we're doing the podcast and everything, and all these things kind of like tie together in that, which is really fucking cool. Like, you know, I mean, I think the pod is the thing that ties everything together, sort of thing, because we speak to everybody about the projects we're working about and stuff. So it's,
the podcast is our community hub in a way, like for brands. So that's where we like get people in to you know, sit and swap war stories and shit like that.
Well, it's funny because with the pod, it's like we've made like genuine, like, I don't know whether lifelong friends, but we've made like really, really good mates from people that have been on the pod, and it's like we're still in touch with, and we've met a few of them a couple of times, and that when we've been up to promotion in Birmingham and everything, like gone out for meals and drinks and shit, like, you know, and that's really cool. And I think that's what we get asked that quite a lot on pod, is like, why do we do it, sort of thing. And that's it. It's just having like our own little community.
Just free drinks from people, yeah.
Clothing brands we've mixed with, like people that run clothing brands, they're either single, ain't got children. You know what I mean? So everyone we've come across, they go, well, where's your brother? And I'm either at home with the kids or he's at home with the kids. I mean, they go, what you doing? The guy's doing a school run. You're like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And you're running the brand and you're doing this. So I think that's more to what my brother was getting on about, like, as in being we're running families as well as running
brand. So it's not so much age, it's more like the additional responsibilities of life, sort of thing. Yeah.
I'm trying to sound
you know what I mean? But like, you know, because normally some of the people we've met, like, and we've met quite a lot of people, because what tends to happen is people come to you and ask you advice, and they're sort of all in their like sort of early 20s, you know what I mean? So like they come down, and we've also met people on a great journey, and they've got some great clothing brands as well, but they're sort of in their like mid-30s, but they're still single. They've got children around them more. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, I think, as I say, I think that the point is we still run our household and a business and this at the same time. So that's where it all creates that's why we always think. So I've been in your boat with, like, you know, I've got my own family as well. I've got a kid, like, you know, and I ran my brand. I ran my brand full time. It was our full time job for probably the best part of 2 years, and it's kind of on the decline now, and I'm closing it down and doing other shit with Pav and another mate. But like, it's kind of I think the key word for it is that you have to have a little bit of jeopardy in it. It's kind of to give you that kick up the fucking arse, because it's kind of like when I was doing it, like, and we didn't have kids and we were kind of just fucking carefree, it's like it didn't really matter if I didn't have a great month in sales. It's kind of like, you know, oh, we can live on fucking beans and toast, like it just doesn't matter. Like, you know, I haven't got football club to pay for and fucking, like, you know, fuel to travel to work or whatever. It just doesn't matter. Whereas like when you're in like the boats that we're in, kind of thing, and it's kind of like, and this has transitioned to my print business now, which is obviously it's my job, it's my business sort of thing, and the brand was the same sort of thing. Like, it has to work. Which one?
I like that t-shirt in the background.
That one. This is Pav's masterpiece.
Matabica.
Yeah.
That's good, mate. That's good.
That's part of Darcy and I have a brand together, and it's all like pop culture references.
Pretty cool, man. That is pretty cool.
Sorry to stop you off there, Darcy. Sorry, I'll cut you off there.
No, you're right.
He was talking shit anyway.
I was only talking about my family. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's on the spectrum, mate. I swear to God, like, literally.
Yeah, but to be fair, Pav says that to me about fucking clothes. He's like, Pav said the other day, he was like, I swear you're fucking autistic. Because he was, I'm so fucking like awkward with my clothes. I'm like, I have to have like a high collar and like the fit and weight and fabrics and stuff like it fucking weirds me out. Like everything just not being like that. And maybe I am, like, you know, but yeah, so fuck you, Pav.
My brain don't sort of stay in the room.
Oh, let me just give you one example. Sorry, we're changing this up, but I'll give you one example.
No, go for it.
I come into work on a Tuesday, yeah. He's been on it all day on a Sunday on his own, yeah. I come in, all the sizes. I go from small, medium, large, yeah. Small, medium, large in the colour, small, medium, large. I get in on a Tuesday, and it's large, medium, small. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So then, all the t-shirts have been moved around. So then I got
It's so the fat people don't have to walk as far.
Boss, I got the back to get a box out. I picked the box up and it's the wrong t-shirts. He's changed the boxes around. Why? so then I think to myself, all right, I'm going to leave him like that because this is how he wants it. Yeah. And he comes in and changes it again. So now I'm looking for a hat or a t-shirt, and I said, I swear I had a large. The large is in the small box, small's in the large box, and then he mops up about 50,000 times. I'm like, bro, you don't need to mop up no more.
I'll tell you what he is. He's a really shit ghost.
I stress him out every Tuesday. He'll phone me and I'm on the way over and go, what did you do with that? I go, oh, it's in the box. What box?
Mate, I do that all the time. I try and fucking reorganize shit, but my problem, my ADHD fucking kicks in. And I get halfway through doing it, and I'm like, "Why the fuck did I start this?" And then it's like, and it ends up a half-finished project, and I'm just like,
"Hold on a minute." He does that. That's the same as him. But what he does is his phone will ring, and he'll have 30 boxes on the floor out here and walk off. So then I've got customers coming in, and there's people stepping over boxes. I'm like, "Bruv, just put them away." And he's like, "Yeah, 1 minute, I'm just on the phone." I'm like, bro, so I'll put it all away, and then they come back and do the same thing. Bro, it's the funniest thing ever. And when you get used to it, if you weren't used to it, you're killing. Yeah, but because I'm used to it, I just think to myself, bro, I'll wait until he's focused and then we can carry on. But
I think this is probably how my missus feels about me, to be fair.
You did the delivery today, right? And I tried to get all the boxes out, and even Rockhouse, who owned it, they're like, no, leave it. We're going to come in the morning before you get here, and we're going to do it ourselves.
Yeah, like, he's going to pull out the whole back of the stockroom into the shop, bro. The shop's 12 by 12, yeah? So I said, no, bro, you can't be doing that. We're going to be doing the day, bro. I come in early in the morning, and I pull it out myself, so when we open at 10:30, it's all clear. Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. Bro, we've got a set of speakers here, right, from 1960, right? Don't get me wrong, now, the coolest things I think I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, they're from the barrier block across the road, so they're actually
proper sound system.
They're actually a sound system that was playing over in the flats across the road in the 60s. Yeah, and someone donated them to us as a piece for our shop. They are massive. Yeah, right. I don't know what we're gonna do with them, but they've been in our doorway for like 2 days, and I think they're gonna stay there. Yeah, but they are literally brilliant. I swear. I'll get him to send you a picture of them.
I've moved them about 15 times. I've moved them in the shop, out of the shop, back in the shop, out of the shop, around the shop.
And I'll move them back.
Are they functional?
Oh, we don't know.
We don't know. I think they've got speakers in them.
I swear, yeah, they are like. I'll tell you what, they're a piece of art.
Do they look really cool from the front?
Mate,
they've got some art in it that's been hand painted.
That.
Oh, amazing! Yeah.
Where's it?
Oh yeah, that's
so
cool.
like, they're literally prehistoric. But we've had like a load of like old sort of Jamaican guys come past and go, I remember that sound. We have a guy that actually used to run with it, didn't he? He come past. He said, where'd you get them from? So we told him, and he said, don't paint them, don't do nothing to them, leave them like that. So all I've got to do is polish them, and then hopefully you don't move them nowhere. That's what he's gonna do.
That's fine saying not to do any of that, but you're in a 12 by 12 shop and they're fucking massive.
They are massive, yeah. So that's why they're 12 by 12. The 12 by 12 shop.
Tell you what, if they don't work, have you guys got any wall space?
Yeah, we got loads of wall space. Yeah.
And ceiling.
If they don't work, pull everything out of them, cut the side open, and use them as storage.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest.
Still original, aren't they?
That's pretty cool.
I was going to suggest cutting the back off, having it as a shelf, but on wheels, so that it looks like a speaker. Then you turn it round, and there's clothes stacked up inside it.
Fucking hell, you've just got him some stuff to do now because I'm going to be on him about it.
Another project.
I'm going to be like, bruv, do you know what we got to do? I'm going to forget you told me that, and I'm going to think it's my idea.
But the point I was trying to make is, I come into work and there's 2 massive speakers in the shop. I'm like, where they come from? And now I know. But yeah, it's all good. That's him all over, you know. I wouldn't change him for the world, I promise you.
Hilarious. Bless the pair of you. Darcy, this is a very apt question you can ask now.
It's for once I'm fucking lost for where we are. It's normally you.
See,
It's the what's next. What's next one?
Oh yeah. So what's next? What? So basically,
we are so fucking slick. It's unreal. Like BBC, eat your heart
out. Fucking, we're media trained and everything.
Yeah.
So what's kind of like your plans to grow Brixton then? What's the next step?
To be honest with you, I think it's doing it on itself. I think it's organically growing itself into a direction. We want to get in some festivals and do some festival work, because we've done that last year. It was pretty cool, and it really got us some exposure. We worked with some big artists as well, so everything that we've sort of planned to do has already been sort of the ground's been laid already. I think it's just a matter of making sure this sort of runs self-sufficient. So me and him don't have to put as much effort into making sure everything's running smoothly. You know, because like we've had things with like deliveries, print, stuff like that. We had to get right because we sold out so fast. We couldn't get the items back in the store quick enough. And I don't know how the hell we've done it for 2 weeks, but we managed to survive the 2 weeks selling stuff when we had nothing. So either he's a magician or he's shutting the doors and selling himself. I don't know. I'm just sitting there looking at the sum up going, I don't know what he's doing here.
Listen, he actually did text me, right, and said, are you selling your arse? Actually,
I mean, you said you had the same size shoes. I'd go check your shoe collection. He's probably selling them on the side, isn't he?
He actually said, are you selling your battery? That's what he said to me.
But yeah, so yeah, all we're going to try and do, we're going to cruise along as we are for the minute. The problem is we never expected to do this. So anything beyond this is a bonus at the moment. So we're just going to roll with it. We've been asked if we want to open any other stores. We don't really want to open any other stores. We're quite happy with what we've got.
We turned down Selfridges, didn't we?
We turned down the opportunity to do Selfridges. We turned down quite a lot of things. Box Park, a few other places. Like we were only interested in being in Brixton, to be fair. So
I had an argument with the man at the door at Box Park first time I went there. Yeah,
because
Shoreditch, I think it was.
Yeah,
I went in there to meet some friends in there, and I'd never been there before, and I live in the countryside, so I'm not used to like generally like how shit like that works. And I go in there. Well, I went to go in there, and he goes, "Oh, can I scan your app?" And I was like, "What for?" He went, "To get in." And I looked at him. I was like, "Are you taking a fucking piss?" He was like, "No, you need an app to get in." I said, "What, is it not a bar?" He was like, "Yeah, it's a bar and restaurants and stuff." And I was like, I need an app to get into a bar. He was like, "Yeah, or you can't come in." I was like, "Well, you can just step to the left and I can just fucking walk past you, mate." He was like, No. You made me download an app to get into a bar.
Made you?
Made what?
So,
I had to
download the app.
To be fair, that happened to us. That happened to us. Yeah,
we was going to.
We go. It's our mate's bar, in actual fact.
Yeah,
but it
wasn't
wasn't
mental.
And we bought tickets for it, and we still weren't allowed it. So yeah,
fucking mental.
But I had that Box Park, but we had.
Sorry, can I just pause you for a second? I made a point of saying Darcy went for a wee and he can't go for more than an hour without a piss, and I said that at 5:30, and he's done an hour and 6 minutes, so he's done very, very well.
Bloody hell.
He'll listen to that when he comes back. Sorry, you were saying anyway.
You know, they wouldn't let me in either. Yeah, so I had to go upstairs because Stormzy was going up there, weren't they? Yeah. So someone said to me, "Go up there, you can meet him." Yeah. So it didn't really bother me if I met anyone or not. So I've gone to the door there and now I'm running you in. So I went round to the service door, which is around the back, And I waited till one of the people to come out to have a fag, and I walked in through the back door. I went upstairs, and one of the geezers went to me. He went, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm staff." And he went, "Oh, all right, just carry on going." And walked straight through into the. Yeah, so the security is really good.
The best way to get anywhere, you can get anywhere with a clipboard. If you've got a clipboard, fucking and Hive is the world is. Have you seen that thing about carrying a ladder? No one will stop you if you're carrying a ladder. You can go anywhere. Because why the fuck would you carry a ladder just to get somewhere?
Carrying a ladder to the next food tanking. I'm just gonna walk in like this.
I got a mate who's a bit like that. He's one of these people that can just get in anywhere. He went to Glastonbury, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna go up and see if I can like get backstage and get in the VIP for one of the bands." I was like, "Ain't gonna happen, mate." I'm not joking. 15 minutes later, he was on the fucking stage, like he was just waving up. Honestly, I mean, I was really, really drunk, so I could have been imagining it, but I definitely wasn't, because about 50 other people there that were in our group was like,
you weren't having any mushrooms, were you?
No, they're a bit spicy for me.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, we don't know what's next with the brand, do we?
No, do you know what? I think every day we turn up and
see what happens.
Whatever the art of manifestation comes into play, and sometimes we just think, well, I wonder if we could ever do that. Yeah. I think the only other place we'd open a store is in Brooklyn, in New York. Yeah, so that's
would you consider like making a sort of a Bible as such, or like a roadmap for other people to do what you do in their community?
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah. If someone wants to write it, because we fucking can't spell.
But that might because you said about like making it sort of relatively worldwide and like just like community. There's no way you can run a community hub in every major town and city on the planet.
No
but
chance,
you could, like, what the formula you've got works. It obviously works. So if you could find a way of getting that written down somewhere, or even just like you've got your mate who you work with who's excellent making videos, you could make a fucking bunch of videos, go on YouTube. People could donate to like watch them or whatever, and then they can use like your roadmap to do something in their own community.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not something we thought of, but we definitely would be up for that, because I think everyone should do something, you know. It's that easy.
You got to remember, in every community there is one of you. You know what I mean? Whether you're good, bad, or the ugly, there's always someone that wants to do something. The problem with what you've got is that you need people that want to do it from their heart and not from their head.
That is the issue, yeah, 100%.
So like for us, I'm quite easily going. I'll turn around and go no to everything, but then I say yes to things I shouldn't do, and then I commit myself. You know what I mean? So, and once I'm committed, I'll do it because I promised, and I won't go back on something that I promised. If you understand what I mean. So, and some people, I don't think their brain works like that, because we work with other people that do projects similar to what we're doing, and they won't bend a little bit, you know. And you got to also bend and give and take. Sometimes we've come up short on a project where we said we'll probably end up with this much, and me and him paid the rest. We've give the rest out of our own pockets. You know what I mean? And it's not come out of the company. You know what I mean? Because we said you'll probably get this, and it comes up 500 quid, and we said 7, so we put the rest in together. You know what I mean? So
oh, bless you.
I think it takes a lot of resolve for someone to put their hand in their own pocket and do that if they're working for free all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and that's not to accolades of me and him, but if you genuinely promise something, I think you've got to stay to it.
There are people that would want to do what you do where they are, 100%. They just won't necessarily have the plan of how to do it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Agree.
There's a lot of value there somewhere. There's value there, definitely.
Well, I'm glad you can see it in us.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I'm trying to think what else is happening. The only other thing that's happened really lately is like a major production company have been in touch, haven't they? Because they want to do
the
like
Brand Social Podcast. Yeah, we're on it now.
This Brand Social Podcasting. They're talking about doing a fly on the wall in our shop. But
it would just be you unpacking boxes and then packing them back up again.
No, I'm packing them back up again.
Prime time.
We have been doing other stuff. So we've been doing. We just done our first comedy night here.
Oh yeah.
So we just done that. We had Quincy the comedian, and a few others, which
Roman
is
Harris,
Roman Harris, a few others. Like these are like headliners in like the comedy world. So they come down and done a pop up for free. They come down and we hosted it
at the front of our shop.
Yeah, at the front of our shop, and
Amazing.
And on every Tuesday, every last Tuesday of the month, we got basically an open mic hip hop cipher. So people come down and they do their thing, and then play with music, have a little talk, and then they get back on and just go flow, you know. So it's just different things we're trying to create to basically make the market a bit more sort of like community based. So people can come and go, oh, they're doing hip hop night tonight, we're gonna get involved or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're doing that as well. So there's other, we keep on forgetting what we're doing. Yeah. You know, I'm doing a charity football match on Saturday, so I might not be here on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Celebrity charity football match. He's trying to get Shay Lynch boys out.
Yeah.
Fucking 2 foot him. 2 foot the fucker.
I had to go buy myself a pair of football boots, but I did buy
Tama Hassan.
I'm gonna get the Tama and the
Dan the Man versus Tama Hassan.
Yeah, I think Tama's more of an actor. I'm not really an actor. I will 2 foot him.
I'll be on the sideline like a proud brother filming it.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh, did you say you Turkish? What's that for a football factory?
You're going to be like that guy in what was it, Happy Gilmore?
Oh, bloody
the guy that picks up on the boat.
What a bad arm.
What's he say again? What's he say?
Which guy?
Like, the guy in Happy Gilmore that always peeks out from the back, and he's like, "You're shit."
Oh, you jackass!
You jackass!
Yeah, I love him.
Go on, fat Dan.
I'll give you a laugh. We were telling someone about it recently. We were chatting away, and it was someone in our family. They went, "Oh, I never knew you played football." I was like, "What?" I played all over the place. I played all over London.
He's a wicked footballer.
I was a defender, yeah, right. And I played with some of the best footballers that weren't professional. So like literally, our teams that we played across London were brilliant. But most of them were out there not on weed or drinking Stella. So it was a good match. But my uncle turned around and went to me. He went, "I never knew you played football." I'm thinking, I played football for like nearly 25 years. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? It really hurt my ego.
I never played football. And then when he went, he was on his phone going for old pictures where he won his medals and going, look,
it just sounds like the ultimate wind up. Like it's just the ultimate wind up.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah. What was even better is this football match. They asked me to play. Oh mate, I'm shit. I'm the worst player. And I went,
I bet I'm worse.
I went. I think you got the wrong brother. And I went, oh, have we? I went, yeah, you want that?
It's because I'm fat and they never want to play. You know, like they pick the fat kid last. That's me. I mean, they're gonna get a shock. I tell you.
So yeah, that's this Saturday. We got that this Saturday.
Do you know what? When we finish, the last thing I'll do, you ever seen that advert where the ball's bouncing around the geezer goes bang have it and kicks it?
Yeah, John Smith's advert. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
have it.
Fat Dan cheating bugger.
He just got you back for the mushroom. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Well, I'll give you the mushroom later. We'll sell it online.
So your streetwear that you sell, like, is it all like printed local? I guess you guys don't print it yourself, do you?
We started at first, but yeah, it's all printed locally. Obviously, we buy blanks like everyone does. We source them. We try and use the top sort of blank companies.
What blanks are you using?
All different from different brands. But we try and use their best, like the organic, sustainable material if we can.
Just all depends on the fit as well.
Yeah,
some of them fit like different ways.
You know, if you get SS or you get AS, like they're all
this is what I do when I sit here. This is when what Pav calls autism kicks in, and I'm like, "What t-shirts are they wearing?" Then I play a little game in my head of guessing, and then I usually get it wrong.
The first thing Darcy said to me when I sat down on the podcast wasn't, "Hey, how are you?" I sat down and he went, Are you wearing your AS Colour t-shirt? I was like, hello, mate. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
There you go. You just said it. So some of them, they fit lovely, and then some of the Stanleys fit lovely, you know, and then another time you put them on, you think, shit, man, that is tight for an XL.
Yeah.
So yeah, we vary. We just do different things. So just all depends on what company's got the best fit at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we use varied blanks.
And then you got you've just got the same print you've been working with like from day one sort of thing, or was it different?
Pretty much, yeah, day one. He's been along with us the whole time.
Yeah, he's been as good as gold. But like I think because we're getting bigger and bigger, he's starting to struggle a bit because it's like anything. It's like when you're self-employed and you're doing your own thing, and then the workload gets bigger and bigger, then it's you know, so we might have to find someone else to take the load off him a little bit, you know what I mean? So it just proves that we're getting bigger because we have to step into different areas, you know?
Is he well known? Do you want to give him a shout out? Well, do you not want any more business?
I don't want anyone else to use it.
I just told you how busy he was.
I don't want him any busier.
No, but if he gets busy enough, he'll have to expand, won't he? And then he'll definitely be able to.
No, because then he'll get someone in who'll probably fuck up our logo.
Yeah.
Well, there is that.
It's good. No, I'm only joking. His name's Mark. Honestly, he's a blinder.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Do you know what print method you're using then?
So we use different. So we use some vinyl prints, some flock prints. We use DTG. Yeah, it varies really, doesn't it? It varies on the logo. We just dropped this one actually. This one. This is a DTG.
That's nice.
Which is the Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We've just dropped that, and that was done on a DTG. And then like this one is a flock. I think that one's a vinyl. That's a vinyl.
So I've had this one for 2 years. So the quality of it is pretty good. You know, people come in and go, "I bet you ain't had it for 2 years." I'm like, "Well, I know exactly when I got it, so yes, I do." I got this for one event we done at Sarah House. Yeah. So I know exactly the date. I know when it was because he gave it to me and went, "Look what I've got you." And I'm like,
"It matched his trainers."
It matched Jordans.
Do you still have the first shirt?
Yes. I've got the jumper. Yeah,
first jumper. Sorry.
And hat.
Yeah. Amazing. You still wear it, or is it like?
No, we put it away.
Yeah,
you should frame it up and put it in the, get it properly framed up and put it in the shop.
Oh, we were originally going to put it on the ceiling, so like literally people can look upwards and they'll see it, you know. But we just never got around to it.
We've got the coat. We've done a collab with. Have you heard of a brand called Weekend Offender?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've done a collab with them guys.
Yeah, we've done this one. So it's the jacket we've done inside it.
Oh, that's the one that's on your webpage, like one of your landing pages, isn't it?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's banging.
So like we know like them guys really well. We sort of we cross paths with them. Like just I don't know if you know.
You talk to everyone, mate.
Yeah, I talk to everyone.
I'm a bit the other way. Like
I don't know. I can't remember how we met them. And then I now go training with one of the owners. So we just get on really well. They live down here, to be fair.
Did he ring you from an unknown number to start with? Did you basically try and start a fight before?
It's like, who fucks this?
Yeah, hello. I don't know. Big voice on him.
Who's that? It's Pav. Who's Pav? I was like, this is going to go one or two ways.
No, the appropriate response is, what's a Pav?
I get about 40 calls from India a day, and everyone's Dave and John, and I'm like, there.
To be fair, I've got to be honest, right? I've got to be honest. So my wife doesn't want the emails, yeah? My wife does emails because I don't have time. So the emails you get from
you can't read, just like me. So
I'm shit. I'm like that. I need glasses. Yeah. Anyway, my wife went, I'm going to have to message Darcy. I'm going to have to message her to let her know that I haven't received the thing. I went, who? She went, Darcy. I went, no, that's a bloke. She went, sorry, Darcy.
No, I'm used to it. I'm not offended in the fucking slightest.
You almost caused an argument in my house because I was like, what? Why would you even say that? She went, well, Darcy's generally a girl's name.
Only because we've got a little Darcy.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Family, yeah.
She's wrong.
And I went, Yeah. Well, she was wrong this morning,
Listen,
but she might have.
he's not going to be able to tell her she's wrong.
No,
I'll tell
no,
you.
she wasn't
But
wrong.
all of the Darcys I've ever met are all about fucking 20 years younger than me. So I was her first. Thank you.
She's only about 8 years, Darcy.
We had a guest on once, and Darcy was talking about his name and how it's normally the name of someone's daughter, and the guest's daughter was called Darcy.
Yeah.
I nearly fucking fell off the chair. I absolutely died.
I've had it before. I've had it before as well. Where I've been out on been out walking my dogs, and it's you have the little chit chat with other dog owners, and they're like, oh, what's your dog's name? And I'm like, and then they're like, and I was like, oh, what's your dog's name? And they're like, Darcy, and I was just like, see you later. Bye.
Oh, you don't get many dogs called Dan, do you?
Well,
No.
yeah, this is true.
That's only because otherwise people would be in the park going, Dan. Dan.
Right there, lovers run away.
Dan.
I just got that little period thing, you know that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, Thailand, the bird from Thailand. Steven!
Oh.
You lied.
Oh, fucking hell. Right. Is there anything is there anything you'd like to add to Streetwear as it currently stands that you think could, I guess, take you guys to another level? Or are you happy to kind of just let it take its course?
Listen, there's no point changing the formula, man.
Yeah, well, we're adding to it as we're going. We're adding to it. So we've literally just got basically similar to a leather jacket being made for us.
Yeah.
So we got that. That's a Brixton Street Wear jacket. So that might take us in a different direction. And we've got a varsity jacket being made as well. So we're having these things done for us. So we just got to decide how it turns out and what we're going to do with it. So I always wanted to do sort of like a Brixton Street Wear 8-ball jacket. So like, so from right from the 90s. You know what I mean? So like, but there's loads of people doing the same thing. So you've got to sort of just do what you're doing and fit into the place.
I always say like, listen, a t-shirt's a t-shirt, a hoodie's a hoodie, cap to cap. It's like we say, if you support the brand or you like what they're doing or you like the brand, that's what it is.
When we were just shutting the door, we had a young man come in and he bought 4 t-shirts straight off, like 2 the same colour and 2 different colours. Just picked them up and said, I'll have all of them. And we're like, oh, right, do you want to try them on? No, I know what they feel like. I'll buy them all the time off you. So he just come in and just bought them. And that, like, it was like, we shut the door, but he come in like we were shut. So I just want to have a look. So he's done that and gone off, and he's done like over £100 in like no time, and just walked out the door. And me and him standing like looking at each other, and then someone else come in and bought 2 hats. So I want that one. It was like no messing around. I said, "Did you try?" No. I know what they're like. I bought. So we've got a following as such that people just generally like what we do.
Yeah, they're not.
No,
they're buying into you guys as well, aren't they? So that's a lot of it.
Like I said, if you've got an AS t-shirt on, you've basically got one of our t-shirts on, but with your branding.
Yeah, I haven't got an AS on today. Darcy, you're wearing. Darcy, you're actually the Matabaka one's an AS.
Yeah. So,
but the thing is if you like, for anyone that's starting a brand, try and start at the highest level you can, because if you start.
100%.
You're known for that.
You straight away. People buy t-shirts first time around.
I think the thing is though is from speaking to loads of brands, and we always bring up garments and everything just because we're both fucking screen printers. Like we want to know kind of what people are using, like what their favorite fucking blanks are and shit like that. And it's not necessarily being nosy. It's just, I guess it is being fucking nosy, isn't it? But it.
We like Stanley's, we like AS.
Was that other company using West Blanks?
Yeah, there's Blanks.
But it's like, where we've spoken to so many brands, I think I think with a lot of brands anyway, there is almost a little bit of a rite of passage where they like go through like the shit, and I partly put that on the blame of like print shops and stuff, where they'll go, oh, we'll just give you the cheapest shit to get that job in because we want your business, sort of thing. And it's easily done because it's like me and Pav both run screen print businesses, and it's like sometimes you get a job in and it's kind of like, I really want to print that fucking job. So you try and do it as not necessarily as cheap as possible, but kind of try and keep it cost effective. So it's like I'll quote for Gildans or whatever. It's like I've kind of gone past that now where I never ever quote fucking Gildans or anything like that unless a customer specifically requests it. And even then I'll try and push them away from it. But there's a lot of brands that go through that rite of passage because it is such a big manufacturer and print shops can get it so cheap that it makes the end and it makes the price of the end product so much cheaper. But what you're obviously sacrificing there is quality. But if you're a new brand, you don't know the difference. It's kind of like you compare that to other big, like, I don't know, streetwear brands like, you know, your Palaces and Supremes and shit like that, like, and you automatically think, oh, they must be getting that custom made and everything. And it's like, in reality, like Palace are like, and I've said it on the fucking lows, like Palace makes some of my fucking favorite fitting t-shirts, but they fit really similarly to AS Color. So it's kind of like you've just got to find that not balance, it's the wrong word, but that kind of medium, I guess, where it's finding your favorite brand of t-shirt, like whether it's a Palace or it's a Supreme or whatever, and then finding the thing that matches closest to that you want to use for your own brand, rather than going, oh, I'm going to use the cheapest garment possible and have bigger profit margins, you know. So that's fucking awesome you guys have done that.
Yeah, well, I like we use. I wear a lot of AS hoodies anyway because I like the way they fit. They're quite sort of like baggy on the top because I've got quite big shoulders. Around the stomach, they're quite sort of like they're tight sort of on the hip, but they fit perfect. And I wear a lot of them as my day-to-days. So like I'll get like 2 or 3 hoodies printed up, but I'm working like on the car with it. I've got the baby on my shoulder, walking the dog. I do general everything day. And people turn around and go to me, oh, how long you had that hoodie? And I'm like, oh, I've had it X amount of time. But it's like it stood the test of time. So you can't and the quality of it's really good. You know? So
I love a heavyweight Stanley. You know, they're heavyweights. So
have you guys met Guy and Wes from AS?
No,
the reps.
No,
we don't. We just buy them. We've never met a rep.
Yeah.
Oh, they're hilarious, proper funny. Yeah, yeah.
Let's get Wes in touch with them.
Yeah, Wes
Get him to swing by. Wes is an awesome bloke.
Wes.
I mean, Guy's pretty cool as well.
Guy is cool. Well, I spoke to Wes first. I've always got this
London reps, though, or
yeah,
are they just reps?
Yeah. Oh. Well, they cover our area as well. We're down the southeast, so they're there's always something going on at the.
You should come to Brixton. You should let us know. Well, I'll tell you what we are going to do soon. We're going to do a Saturday in here, and we're just going to invite a few people to come up. We're going to get the rum, because we know the rum company around the corner. Get them to wash up about 5 litres, 10 litres of rum punch. And then we're just going to sit here, play some tunes, and just let Brixton do its thing.
Just get fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The only difference is I live 2 minutes away.
He lives
Me and Pav will be sleeping in the doorway the next fucking day.
I'll come in on the Sunday. They'd have fucking moved all the stuff around.
Put it where it's supposed to be.
Pav will be like, wait. This will be fucking hilarious.
Me and Pat would be standing outside looking in the window and Darcy and Peter doing their thing because they're fucking both bad at each other.
I've done shit like that before. But when I was a teenager, I used to be a market trader and used to work on selling shoes. And there was a market we used to do. And the guy we were next to on a Saturday was like clockwork. He'd turn up. We'd be there about sort of 5:15. He'd turn up at 5:30. He'd park up. He'd put the frame of his stall out, start putting out all his shelves and that. He had quite a long stall, and then he'd go for breakfast. And when he come back, he'd put all his stock out. He did all that, went for breakfast, and I was there early, so I'd got pretty much everything done. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna pack all his shit away. So while he was having breakfast, I put his entire stall back in the van, like everything. Because I knew I've been working next to him for 4 years. So I knew exactly where everything went, and and he come back out, and he was so confused, and he was like. At first, he was obviously suspicious, but then he genuinely, for the rest of the day, thought he'd just forgotten to set the stall up.
You're such an arsehole.
I told him just as we were leaving, I'll leave that one to me. You can stew on that for a week.
Brilliant. That's the sort of shit he would do to me. And then I'll be there thinking, did that happen? Fucking.
Yeah, I'll do some mad shit to him. I'll fuck him up. Get his brain working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate. I think I'm just like you, mate. I forget I've turned the light switch on. I'm just like, did I turn it on?
He'll say, I do that. He does it. He goes, "You just told me that." I go, "Did I? What do you mean?"
We've got a set of turntables here, right? And it's got 4,000 buttons, right? So it's one of them RX3's Pioneer sets. Like all the DJs can play on it. Pete knows one button, and that's the fucking volume button.
And I don't even realise I turn it up.
And he just turns it up. And I
walk out. I turn it up and walk out.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm in the middle of a customer, and he's just coming and go whack straight, and yeah, and I'm like, what the, bro? There's other buttons there to turn.
And then sometimes I'm like, what's with that?
So I was gonna take the fucking button off and fuck him up, but
Swap it for another one.
Just super glue it where you want it.
Like one of the most evil pranks you can play on someone is to take the N and M off on their keyboard and swap them over because they're right next to each other. It's a sort of thing you.
It don't matter.
It make you type properly.
If my wife think I've got someone else to type. If I swapped all the keys over, we'd probably spell it right.
Like when we done the knowledge, right, I done the knowledge 17 years ago to become a London cabbie, and I finished it in 2 years. Mate, the amount of people thought that I faked it or I paid for it. So they're like, how the fuck did you do that so fast? I was like, I don't know. In my head, it just worked. But they were like, well, you can't fucking read. I don't even know how you've done it, but I've done it so fast, didn't I?
I had my 14-year-old daughter reading all the names of the roads to me, and I used to have to record it because I couldn't read it. But yeah, I remember going in one day and I pronounced there was a street called Carfusion Street. And I was like, it's Car Hussein Street. And they were like, nah. And I'm like, it's the one next to that square. And they were like, nah, yeah, kind of, but what? I just said, and the guy at the end turned around and said to me, you pronounced it wrong. I said, I can't even read it. And he went, how did you know it said Car Hussein Street then? I said, because that's what I thought it said. You know what I mean?
There's one called, I now know it's called Legardo Muse. But I used to call it Lagadoo Muse.
I'm trying to fucking find it. It's Legardo Muse. Like Lagadoo, and I'm going to so much. You know where Lagadoo Muse is? I said, where's this Lagadoo Muse? And she went, that's Legardo, Dad. I'm like, oh, all right. Honestly, mate. Do you know what, right? Do you know what? Honestly, I'll be honest with you. Me as a cab driver, I think I'm brilliant. I know he's a good cab driver. And I don't know how we done it, but they must have just thought these two are fucking brilliant. We're just going to let them have their badges and let them go out into London.
if you go on Channel 4 or go on Daily Motion and put in the world's toughest taxi test, the knowledge, you'll see Dan on it. He's on that show.
Yeah, I'm about 2 stone lighter and I ain't got a beard, but yeah. You know what I mean? I look like my son, to be fair.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's on that show and it tells you how we become cab drivers, or he become a cab driver.
Yeah, so
I don't know how you fit cab driving in with all this other stuff. It's mental.
I'm going to work in a minute.
Yeah, and I'll be going to work at 10 o'clock tonight. So I'll leave at 10 and I'll work straight through to 5 in the morning.
You know,
that's interesting.
I'm tired just thinking about it.
That's an experience people don't like. You know?
So I mean that's a difficult thing doing the knowledge. Like very difficult. Obviously, that is an achievement you know rightfully be proud of. But brand wise, what is the one thing you've achieved that you're really proud of?
What, as a brand?
Yeah.
As a brand, I've got a few things that are as a brand. I think getting a message from Chuck D saying congratulations on your new digs.
That's awesome.
It's up there somewhere for me. Because I'm a big Public Enemy head. Like to have someone that stature recognise what they're doing. You know what I mean? To me, that was like, it shows how far you've come. Because someone like that doesn't just turn around and go, I'm going to message a random brand in the middle of Brixton. You know what I mean? He's obviously watched what we've done and he's watched what we're doing and gone, do you know what? Fair play to him. You know, so that's
fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it's a cool one. And I think the other one is when we work with making
a difference. I think making a difference, really.
Well, yeah, but making a difference ain't achievement. We're
it is. No,
You're intending to make a difference. An achievement is when you've done
Yeah,
something.
but you're also managing to do it. Do you know how many people like intend to make a difference and don't, or intend to make a difference and make things worse?
Yeah. Normally him. But what I'm saying is that, you know, a point in your brand where you turn around and go, yeah, like that for me is like we've done something correct.
Yeah, working with Sarah Half,
because they basically
they don't let anyone.
They don't let anyone do anything, and we've done what we wanted. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
Yeah, they give us a little bit of a platform that, to be fair, helped us out. You know what I mean? Massively, yeah.
And then the last pop up they allowed in one of their
the full week pop up.
Yeah, we done the last one before they got in touch with us, and they were like, "Can you come back and do another pop up?" We've done about 4 for them, didn't we? But they were like, everyone keeps asking for you guys to come back and do another pop up.
Amazing.
So you're the last one we're ever going to let do in the house. So because they were stopping that sort of thing, like letting people do pop ups.
That gives us a big platform like to. You know, so when people look on our social media, they go, "Ah, is he following? Look at that! He's got like Nico, or he's got this one, or he's got that one following." I'm like, I ain't got a clue who these people are. You know what I mean? So I don't know anything about anything. I'm like, I ain't got a bloody clue who they are.
It was good because we got to meet these people at like a personal level. You know, so they get to understand your brand and support it. So listen, just being part. You know what it's like to own a brand. So just being able to get through it all the time is an achievement.
Yeah,
100%.
What time do you need to get off, by the way?
Whenever you want, man.
Whenever. All right, cool. Do you want to?
You might need to go to the toilet in a minute because I'll definitely do that.
I'll join you, mate.
Do you want to have a toilet break? Do you need a wee?
Me. I'm all right, but I'll go if. Yeah. All right, there we go.
Gone.
Right.
Gone. One now.
I'll see you in the next room.
Is he actually going? He's going again. Look, he's incredible. I think Darcy's record for the most amount of pisses during an episode was 3.
All right. Okay. How many has he done so far? 2 or 1?
This is 2.
Oh, is it?
Oh no. This might be the 3rd one because he had a wee when we were chatting before you came on.
Oh right, brilliant.
His bladder. I reckon my fist is bigger than his bladder, and I've got tiny hands. I've got really tiny hands. What are you sitting on? Is it a sofa you've got in there, or is it?
No, it's like we've built these benches, and they go outside the shop, so people outside just come and chill out.
So is there a lot of space out the front of the shop then?
Listen, while we're here,
yeah, let's fucking go over. Take us on a tour.
I won't be able to hear you.
That's all right.
See outside the front.
Oh, it's amazing.
Our uncle there.
Oh, incredible.
And I might lose you a little bit. Hold on. There's some seats there.
Oh, amazing.
You good, yeah? So I've dropped the. Did you get to see much then?
Yeah.
So,
is that arcade? Is it open quite late then? They obviously don't.
Yeah, till about midnight, and then on the weekends about 1 o'clock about. Yeah.
Is there any other like shops in that like you, as in like clothing?
No. I think there's another clothing brand on the other side of the market, but not. They're just like a second hand. Oh no, I think there's a second hand clothing shop at the other side, but they're not like we're a totally different sort of brand, you know. We only sell our own brand, so when it's good. It's good fun, you know. It's good fun. So
yeah, as if you aren't busy enough.
Try to be. Yeah. Well, I didn't realise. I don't think I realised you was a screen printer.
Yeah, Darcy and I both are. Yeah.
Yeah,
That tries to be.
I mean, we've all. Oh, you're back. Dan's gone halfway around the market. Yes. And he's a camel, mate. He's a camel. If he's been holding it, he's probably been holding it since about midday. That's what happens in life as a cab driver.
It's 10 past 7
I've got a bladder.
Darcy's been holding it since 5
about the
past.
size of. Yeah, I've got a bladder the size of a fucking almond.
Oh,
So was
bless
it
him.
easy? How was it to get into screen printing, or have you always been?
So I
But everybody falls into screen printing by accident.
yeah, I don't think anyone actively decides to do it. I did a bit of it at university, and then I had someone that asked me to do some designs for some t-shirts.
Fucking look at you, Mr. Educated.
I know, yeah, and then print them. And I didn't know how to print them. I was like, oh, screen printing might work. But anyway, I ended up getting a vinyl cutter. I did that, and then one day I was going pretty well with it. I had a few orders and that. And then one day I had an order for like 320 t-shirts, vinyl cut. I was like, oh, that'd be all right. And it took me forever. And I was like, there's got to be a quicker way. And then I just remembered screen printing, did a bit of research on it, and then about a week later I just went out and bought everything. and that was 2012.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm still no good
I
at it.
started
Do you know what? We've never used screen printers. I think that's just because we connected with the guy we've always been with.
Yeah.
Just had a good relationship, and we've just stayed true, really. But a lot of people do say to us about using screen print. The colour's solid, isn't it? Colours are vibrant and solid.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously get that with vinyl. That they tend to be quite solid colours, but yeah,
I think it works out a lot better in bulk. That's the thing. It's like if you guys are doing bigger runs and stuff like that, it's going to work out a hell of a lot more cost effective doing it screen printed.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people trying to get you over to the DTG, isn't they? That sort of gang sheet printing and that.
DTF.
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 Oh, DTF. Yeah. Is that what's the newest one? DTF, isn't it?
Well, they both came out relatively at the similar time, didn't they? Darcy,
I think
Darcy's a DTF expert.
Right.
Fuck off.
What's the latest one where it's all new technology and they're saying like they're just
I mean, DTG and DTF have been around for a long time, but it's like DTG was always kind of like, I guess, more like prevalent because the ability to kind of just do like one-offs sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like DTF, it's like it is easy to do a one-off, but you've got to have the machine running and the film's got to be flowing and stuff like that. So in my day job, I run a DTF machine. And it's great for certain things, like, but it's, you know, as a screen printer, it's kind of like it's not what I'm going to push necessarily, like, but it does have its purpose. It definitely has its purposes because it's like, for instance, my press is a 6-color press. It's like if I get somebody in and they get in touch and they've got a 14-color design or whatever, I'm just like, well, I can't fucking possibly screen print that, you know. But yeah, it's come a long way. Like, you know, I mean, I primarily
even the past 3 or 4 years, it's just
I mean,
leaps and
particularly
bounds.
the last 3 or 4 years, and it's kind of like I think I don't necessarily know if it's an advancement in technology, because the way I look at DTF is so you have a specialist film that gets printed on, and then that goes into like a glue chamber, which is like powder glue, and then it goes through a dryer to melt the glue onto the back of the ink, right?
Yeah.
But what it is essentially is a large format printer. So it's just a big inkjet printer. That's all it is, just for specialist ink. So it's like really
straight to a vinyl and you press it, basically, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, pretty much. And it's kind of like it's nothing like revolutionary.
Yeah.
I think what's come a long way in the last few years is kind of like they've managed to increase like the resolution of images and stuff like that. So stuff looks a lot crisper, you get richer colors, etc., etc.
It's just been refined, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like the technology's been there for fucking years, but it's actually getting it working right and properly. And like DTG's come a long way as well, to be fair. And I don't personally use it because it's just I don't have a DTG machine. And
DTG's more of an art form as well, isn't it? Like you've really got to know.
There's people who could do it really fucking well, and there's people who do it really fucking badly. I mean, much like screen printing in a sense, I guess. But it's
Black and Dread. Yeah, they're cops and sound speakers.
Oh, okay. Did he see him then?
No, I'll show you. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
That's all right.
No, you're right. You're right.
He's probably the biggest reggae artist from Brixton.
Bro,
he is the biggest reggae artist.
He took some pictures in Jamaica in a t-shirt for us, and he followed it. So I sat on it somewhere, and we got up, and someone took it. I said, I'll do it again for you.
Oh,
Brilliant.
amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to do listener? No, not listener questions.
Sarah's
Previous
question.
guest question. Yeah.
Right.
So
What we do is we ask a question. We get the previous guest to ask a question to you, and then after you've asked that, you'll ask a question. You can pose a question to our next guest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, yeah, cool.
Cool.
cool. So last week we had our mate Sarah on from Heck Press, who runs an awesome fucking screen print shop. And she asks, what is the most important thing for the future?
Do you want me to answer that?
I'm trying to, in my head, right? Sorry. Do you mean with the brand or just personally? Or
I think it's.
I'm like Darcy now. I'm
Thing
cutting it
is,
into like.
open ended. I think it was.
Yeah, she did it on
Open-ended.
purpose. Yeah, she purposely made it vague, so you can choose however you want to interpret it.
Let it start. Go on. What is the most important thing for the future?
Us staying true to each other and the brand. You know, because people could fall out in business, and I'm not willing to fall out with my brother, and I'm not willing to change the ethos that we've got of the brand. So that's my answer.
I can't even probably top that. That's if we're talking brand wise and family wise, that's it. And then other than that, be true to yourself and love your family.
Nice.
Couldn't ask for a better answer.
I feel like I want to bust in a Whitney Houston song now.
As long as you got Whitney with the teeth and no not without the teeth.
Do you want us to do
I'm no Bobby Brown boy.
Who can play that game?
Are you coming up to get,
Oh, good
Not that
hell.
hard to get drunk now.
you coming up to get drunk with us?
Yeah.
It'll take his teeth out there.
Definitely.
I'm staying out of this conversation now. I started it now. I'm in trouble. you know when you go swimming and you realise there's sharks there, you can't shit.
Yeah. You got to be careful. After the mushroom comment, he's out for blood, isn't he?
All those spicy mushrooms.
Spicy mushroom. So what would we ask the next guest? Right. Have you got a question? Have you got anything in your weird, wonderful brain?
I will once you start.
All right. Okay. So I'd probably like to ask the next guest. What would you put first, your brand or your family?
Ooh. That's a
Very
deep
good.
one.
Oh, he's gone deep there. I'm going to leave it at that. Yep. Because you know your wife's listening.
It's quite straightforward.
But no, he's right.
I'm not answering that question. She's downstairs.
I don't think anyone's going to answer that
Hey,
question.
listen,
Not the way they want to answer it anyway.
No. A wise man would refrain.
You know what you do? You turn the Wi-Fi off and go, I didn't hear what you said, mate.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh.
I feel sorry for the next guest now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember who the next guest is.
That's what you get for having an open-ended question.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I actually do want to have a look what the next guest is really quickly. 1 second.
Just so we know who we're asking that to.
Okay.
Is it who I think it is?
Yeah. Right. Well, we need to get a guest on in between then.
This is either it's your brother-in-law or someone's in trouble.
Do you want to tell them who it is, Darcy?
Oh, don't say.
No, we can't say yet because it's in 2 weeks and it's a surprise. I'm proper fanboying over this guest. I love every guest we have on this, and I really admire every guest we've had on. But this guy is like one of my design heroes. And yeah. Right. Do you want to do? We've got a couple of listener questions.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. I need to
Cool.
log on to the thing now to look at them. You carry on.
Cool. You can do the second one then. The second one's from our friend from last week. So the first one is from, I don't know who this is. The Destined Man. 19 on Instagram said, "What inspired you to create the brand, and what's the goal 10 years from now?"
The brand weren't really.
His birthday inspired the brand, and just history of when I started to create the idea for the logo. So it basically Dan inspired the brand. 10 years from now, I definitely would love a shop in Brooklyn. Definitely.
That's a good
So do you guys know that we've had trouble with the brand in America?
Have you? Oh, not Brick. Is it Brixton hats?
That's
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Ah.
I did wonder if you had big trouble with them.
Relatively big, yeah.
Did you tell them to go fuck themselves?
Pretty much, double barrel.
Well,
Yeah.
To be fair to you, like I remember getting the email, and then I sent them my trademark number, and they basically sent me back one saying kudos to you. I went, yeah. What's that mean? But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. And so yeah, like we've gone through the motions, and like we're still here, and we're still doing what we do. We did actually give people on that side the opportunity to talk to us, but they didn't want to, did they? So yeah, it's all right.
But the actual original owners of that brand have actually sold out to a corporate company now.
Right.
Back in
Are they based in a place called Brixton in America?
No,
they're not. Right. So that's what that would have been my response. It's like, we're in Brixton. Fuck you.
Right.
Bring on the court case.
So their history of Brixton. So they named their brand Brixton. So we know all this now. But before that, we didn't even know who they were.
Didn't have a clue.
Didn't have a clue who they were. Then all of a sudden, we get this email like, stop trading.
Don't get me wrong. I did see T-shirts and hats, and I even had a hat once. Like someone give me,
but we didn't know they were a brand. I just thought they were like you can go and buy a Brixton T-shirt down on Cold Harbour Lane. Yeah, from the
yeah.
Like, listen, it's a tourist destination. You know, Brixton.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get this email sending us stop trading, becoming basically a typical American response. So like absolute. So this will come back to the question that person asked. A typical American response. They come in, they're gonna, I don't know, kick down, all guns blazing, gonna blow up your house, gonna take your kids. They're gonna do everything. So we basically send them the double barrel.
Classic America.
Yeah, it's classic. So this is early on in us starting, really early on. Probably like COVID. Yeah, COVID hadn't kicked in. You know, and then anyway, so we carried on. We are now. Now where we are, we've gone through a few motions with them, but like the reason why they're called Brixton, and we stated this to them, is after a song about the oppression of West Indians in Brixton, called Guns of Brixton,
right?
Written by the Clash, that was written in a flat in Brixton, and we're like, how can you say you own that word? Like you can't say you own Brixton, because that's the only thing they're worried about is that word in Brixton. And then, so we basically told them to sod off. And they've not touched wood. They've not bothered us yet. I mean, we think we see one of the guys.
Well, that's one of those things that it's like when you see like, I don't know, fucking the Colin the Caterpillar instance.
Yeah.
Where M&S going after fucking Aldi or Lidl or whatever it is for creating a fucking Carl the Caterpillar or whatever the fuck it was. It's just like, guys, fucking come on now. Like, just know where you stand and fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
so back to the original question. I would love to have a shop in Brooklyn.
Nice.
In 10 years' time, turning around to them guys and saying, "On your bike."
Amazing. I get to read the next question out. It's not quite as pleasant. It's from OSD Custom Leather.
Which
and it
the
says,
listeners will know as the fucking heinous.
Check your DMs.
The listeners will know that this man, woman, all day will asked a question last week, which was fairly heinous.
And this one is, when was the last time you shit yourself?
There we go. Within half a second, he knew he was ready to answer the call.
If you really want to know, right? It was in the lockdown, right? I was working in my cab.
He fucking phoned me afterwards.
Right, I was working in my cab. I was starving up, so I stopped off at a petrol station and got a sandwich. Yeah, just a cheese sandwich. Don't stop at petrol stations to have cheese sandwiches. And then I got a job to Heathrow. And on my way back from Heathrow, I had this funny feeling come over me, and I couldn't control it. And I had to stick newspaper under my seat, yeah, because I definitely weren't going to make it home. And yeah, needless to say, I got home. I never had no socks on, so that goes to show you how close it was.
Oh, fucking brilliant.
So, yeah, no, listen. He ain't told you all of it, right? So I gave him like this is God's honest truth, right? I gave him a hat. He went, Jason Statham keeps driving past where he lives. There's a studio around the corner. So I gave him a hat. I said, next time we drive past, just stop him and give him the hat. And he went, yeah, wicked, all right, I'll do that. So I gave him it probably like a day before, wasn't it? So, yeah. I gave him that. When he phoned me up, mate, and he said, oh, bro, he's telling me the whole story. And I said, what did you do? He went, oh, you know that bag that you gave me with the hat in it? He said, I dashed the hat and I just shit in the bag.
If I would have got the hat and the shit mixed up, Jason Statham would have had shit on his head. And that is a true story.
That is it, mate. It's a true story.
Oh.
It's the best.
Oh.
So yeah, we do know. We do remember when he last shit himself.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
If that answers your question.
Yeah. SM custom leather. Don't DM me.
Fucking brilliant.
He's gonna make me custom shit catches now, isn't he?
Yeah. Arseless chaps you'll get, so you don't get any shit on them.
Sorry for your viewers to hear that.
Do sorry about that.
But,
you know,
arseless chaps with a fucking Tesco carrier bag stapled to the end of them.
Mate, well, you do get to a certain age in your life, and sometimes, you know, things ain't as strong as they used to be. Like the will to hold on.
True that. There is one more question from a listener, which we didn't get to ask last week when we put it in, but it will still be relevant for you guys. This is from a Ministry of Shirts.
Oh, hello, Shirts.
And they said, when starting out, what do you think is the best route to market?
We did ask this.
Did we? When?
Yeah. Last week to Sarah. Yeah. Ask it again, though.
Oh, well, I can't. I've got the memory of a goldfish when it comes to this. We're going to ask it again. Ministry of Search, you get 2 shout-outs. When starting out, what's the best route to market? Oh, my phone's died. Hold on. Social media or terrestrial festivals?
Social media, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you've done really well, like considering the time frame you've been on it.
Yeah, social media literally smashed it for us. I think the thing is as well is if you get a lot of people in your garments and taking photos and sharing, it creates a bigger buzz. And like we've had some mad ones from different places on the planet.
On the planet, and just mad people shout us out on social media. Social media is a small world. Like we've had like Jamie Dornan, Fat Tony, Jumping Jack Frost, Reiki, Public Enemy, Wu Tang.
So many different, like the markets you can reach through that is markets you're going to reach by opening a store in the festival.
Cyprus,
yeah.
And if it's right, it's right. You know? It'll work.
Amazing.
We had some ones at festivals, though.
We actually had police's team send down a crate of beers because we give their 2 kids because she wanted 2 shirts from the festival shirts, but they never had none, so they come over and got our shirts, and we give her 2 little kids 2 t-shirts. Yeah, so that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah,
so she said thank you with a few crates of beers. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's good.
It's not work.
Even though I don't drink.
Oh.
Not really. We're going to drink with you guys.
I drink rum, I don't drink beer.
I don't drink a great deal. I used to.
You do when you were there.
I have to put up with you.
It numbs the pain.
Yeah.
To be fair, the amount he pisses, you probably don't get to drink a lot.
No. Darcy never gets drunk. It goes straight in, straight back out again. He may well just open a can, walk to the toilet, and just empty it in there. It'd be quicker.
He must have been a
very expensive wheeze. Do you have any questions for us? You don't have to.
Well, I was actually talking to Pav just about earlier on about screen printing and stuff like that. So, and you guys getting into it, and yeah, I mean, do you know what? We literally wing the whole thing. If we're 100% honest, the logo was designed like we got
a bit more technical, but yeah, how would you
designing?
Wait. How would you think? Yeah, how would you think if you had our brand? How would you progress the brand? Our brand.
For me, it depends. I guess you've got a few different, I guess, realms of progression. It's whether you want to increase profit margins or whether you want to grow. Do you know what I mean? I think if I was you and I was doing fairly decent quantities, I'd transition most things over to screen printing because you're going to be better off with your profit margins. In terms of growth, I don't really have any advice to give you because you guys are fucking smashing it.
That's the only one I was looking for, to be fair. So yeah, that's what I was looking for. Because when like as you know, when you own a brand, you only see what you see. For someone like yourself that does exactly the same thing but on a different scale to us, you actually do printing and you work within that industry. You see it from a different angle. You know what I mean? So it's quite nice to hear that.
That's exactly why we have this. Why we have this podcast.
Either that actually, or to cut out the minimum. I know you love the guy who prints for you, but if you wanted to kind of increase those margins and you're going to essentially be putting back more back into the community, and you had the time to do it, or you could hire somebody to do it, or somebody who's fucking willing to, come and help you out, sort of thing, is outsource the DTF or vinyl, get it pre-cut for you, and just invest in a heat press, and you can just press to order, and then you've got minimal stock. You can just have blanks.
Yeah, like there's a brand called Modern Streets.
Yeah, we've had him on the pod a couple of times. He's worth a listen to.
That's basically how he operates. He has loads of blank stock and all his designs, and someone comes in and they can basically.
I think his shop is smaller than yours as well. Yeah, and he does really, really fucking well.
Someone comes in and says, "I want that design on a medium black," and he goes, "Yeah, cool." Like press it from then and there.
Well, I think the way he works now is I think he was doing that for a long time. It was kind of like where you had, I might be wrong, but from memory, I think this is what he said, is he had the ones on the rail sort of thing, and they were almost display ones, and then he'd press them to order sort of thing. Whereas now it's kind of like if somebody takes someone off the rail, he'll just press one to replace it. Sort of thing. So the rails are always fully stocked, and he's always got that stock out the back. And it's kind of like you're thinking I don't know, if you stock mainly, for instance, black shirts, which Jack from Modern Streets does, it's like that's really easy to fucking keep track of. Like, or if you've got black, white, and grey shirts.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's a good bit of advice.
There you go.
You never know, we might have a heat press in the shop in the future.
Yeah, you might come down.
Don't let him do it, he'd be fucking upside down.
He turn it on, forget his go home for the weekend. You come back, you'll have £5,000 electric bill.
Yeah.
There'll be a toasted cheese sandwich.
Oh no, to be fair, we've all, as printers, we've all used our equipment to warm food up. Yeah, I've warmed up plenty of bits of pizza in my tunnel dryer.
Yeah.
We've
all done it.
It's a rite of passage.
Apart from our mate Paul, who's a regular listener, and he's been on the pod as well, regular contributor to the show, shall we say?
Contributor.
He tried to press a fucking toasty in a heat press.
Yeah.
Which is just like, mate,
what
are you fucking doing?
Completely demolished.
Brilliant. To be fair, I wouldn't say I wouldn't try that, because I probably would. So I would.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Listen to Paul, don't do it.
We'll have flat tortillas in here and he'd loaded it up with halloumi or something.
Actually, that sounds all right.
That
sounds pretty sweet.
Well, I'm glad we're singing on the same song sheet.
I fucking love halloumi. It's another world of good, isn't it, halloumi?
It's like it's just, I never used to eat it until I went out and didn't want to eat it. That was it. I said, what is that? He said, it's like grilled cheese. I said, what cheese? Just eat it. Took a bite out of it and I was hooked ever since.
Yeah.
it's goat's cheese. I'm like, what the fuck? Never stopped me from eating it.
No, it is the best. It's the bollocks.
But
Right. That's a different sort of milk. A lot more protein in that.
Do you want to do some randoms, Pav?
We're going to do some randoms
these guys
now.
get off.
So we do Darcy and I ask 3 questions each, quick fire, just random questions.
We just got to come. Have we got
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2?
Yeah. We'll try. We've never ever managed a quick fire one ever in nearly 60 episodes, but we'll try our best. You going first, Darcy, or shall I go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. What's your biggest regret from the last month?
Not my stocking fast enough.
That's a good regret to have. It's a lesson.
I had one really similar to that this month. We released a pre-order with our brand Rewind that was doing really, really fucking well. And I didn't anticipate it fucking selling as well as it did. So I only put like 3 of it. So we did it all as a pre-order. It wasn't active stock. So in theory, it could have just kept running and running and blah, blah, blah. I only set the fucking sizes to like 4 of each. And they sold out within like the first 2 days. And I went on our fucking, on Big Cartel. And it was like, oh, your conversion rate has really dropped. And I was just like, what the fuck? That's weird because we're still getting all these people going to the website. And for about 5 days, basically, with people going to the website and there was no mediums, larges, or extra larges. And I was just like, for fuck's sake. I was like, we've probably missed out on like 20 odd sales, something like that.
Have you ever read, I listened to it. It's the book it's Bobby Hundreds. This is just not just another
Not just a t-shirt. No,
Yeah,
I've got the book sitting there ready to go. I haven't read it yet.
So I just got it on audiobook and I just listened to it in the cab and I've listened to it twice. And he says about when they done a drop, same sort of thing on a pre-order, but they didn't set how many they had. And he said he woke up in the morning to his partner and then his girlfriend and they were like banging on the door, and because he hadn't set a limit of how many he's got, they sold something like they only had 50.
It was a ridiculous amount.
They sold 20,000 of them.
Fucking hell!
It was something crazy like that, and then they had to basically give all the money back, refund it, and then that hyped them up basically.
Yeah, I think I'll find a load of printers really quick.
I think you fucking will for 20,000 orders. That's mental, isn't it?
Crazy. Honestly, it's a great listen because he's reading the book.
This is going to be quick.
Oh, was he?
Sorry, go on, quick fire. Sorry, go.
Oh no, it's fun. No, it always descends into this. So really, don't worry about it. It's all good.
It's a great listen. Honestly, it's a really great listen.
Awesome.
I've got it there. So my go, is it?
Yeah.
Which season would you be and why?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
What season would I be? Right, okay, what season would I? I'll probably be fucking winter because I don't get my legs out.
That's the most bizarre. What, winter? Because of my legs.
I've got the whitest legs ever, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
That.
Fucking hell.
Oh, bless him.
I remember when I was in Australia. We was in Australia. He was in the outback, and then we got to this hotel and had a swimming pool. And I was quite a fit guy then, and I remember I took my top off, so I'm not in bad shape. And I just remember people turning around going, "Fuck you now, what are you, a baby bird? See-through."
A baby bird.
Listen, we can see your heart beating. You're that transparent.
He's really proud.
So proud. I mean, how long have you been travelling for? I went, about 2 years. I went, shit, you've not been in the sun.
Dan, are you sure he's not a ghost? Because he's displaying all of the characteristics, like moves shit when you're not there, really pale.
Oh, yeah. Six heads, Bruce Willis.
Really exists. Yeah. Mine would be spring. Mine would be spring, and the reason it'd be spring is because I like the freshness and I like wearing hoodies, man. So like you get to wear a hoodie all year round like that in the spring. So I think it's quite nice. It's chilled, but not too chilled.
Nice.
Fair.
See,
what's the most interesting thing you have in your pockets right now?
Ah, that's my one. Yeah, it's my new Anytime Fitness fog.
what do they do then?
Right. Well, but look, they're both keys got the same.
We've got the exact
same
how mad
cam.
is that? We've got the same cam and the same key.
So,
Exactly the
well,
same.
what it is, I've never joined the gym. I was always like, I was part of the football teams or I've done boxing or whatever. But recently we've done a collab, like sort of like a introduction to Brixton for Anytime Fitness. So he joined it, our other mate joined it, and then I joined it. First gym I've ever joined, so I've got to start using it to get myself into shape, they say. So that's probably the most interesting thing. I've got a key to somewhere that I've never used.
It's never been.
And you both have the same answer to that one as well. 'Cause you both have exactly the same fucking things in your
Do you know
pocket.
what? That's the only fucking thing I've got in my pocket. I ain't got money.
Can you imagine going to a swinger party with you two, but worrying about which key you're going to pull out? Like,
End up bumping each other. That'd be my luck.
you think you're picking up your own keys to go home?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Just smack
Cheers,
myself
bro.
in my face with my microphone.
Oh.
I recognise
fucking
this
hell.
t-shirt. Is there an AS?
ASS.
Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, my
fucking hell.
go.
Go on.
What's the worst smell?
Mate, he's batty old.
Is it the
Honestly, I'll make you go down there. The fishmongers smell better than his. Right, I'll make him go out the shop and down the road because it follows him. He stinks.
petrol station cheese sandwich, mate.
the worst smell is
Oh, it's
Jason
terrible.
Statham carrying a Tesco bag full of someone else's shit.
Oh, mate, not even a Tesco bag. It's one of our bags.
This is
Honestly,
the Brixton Street Wear shit.
Oh.
He is the worst. He is the worst.
I'm pretty bad.
You know what? Listen, sorry to all your listeners. You know when someone has a fart and it literally smells like shit. It doesn't even smell like a fart. You know, like a fart, I've got a weird aroma. No, it smells like shit. I have to look at it and I think,
He fucks off.
go on, I'll leave. Go.
You know, those guys you think it's funny, you fart in
Nah,
the
it's not
company.
funny. It's not funny with him. It's not
No.
funny.
Farts are always funny.
No, they're
Do
not.
you want to see a
Not-
picture of a massive poo?
Jesus Christ.
We've actually got one in our local toilet.
Yeah,
It's a cubicle 2 and it's about 4 foot long. I don't know.
They can't get rid of it.
Literally, I think there's an African porter there, and I'm sure he's trying to beat him with a stick.
My
And he goes, just go for him, go.
my friend was working in a bar and he had to pull this out of the toilet because it clogged the toilet.
Jesus, what the?
You can see the shiny bit is where it was poking out the water. Hold on, there's another picture. of it.
That looks like a 9 bath back in the day.
Hold on.
Some Moroccan hash there, mate.
I reckon he went for a Moroccan.
There's his hand next to it. Look.
Jesus Christ. Listen, you know that guy's
Jesus
taking some wood
Christ.
somewhere.
Bro, that is the worst.
I bet you he's a smuggler or something. He's got to be.
It's not fucking not anymore. Not anymore.
I bet you that's a 3 foot bird that done that. I bet you.
She lost about 2 stone when that came out.
She's 3 foot tall and she's got a 29-foot intestine.
Poor man.
Jesus Christ.
It's always the little ones, isn't it?
Oh, fucking hell.
Right.
Right. I've got a question here, and I've asked it 3 times on the pod, and every time I've asked it, I've accidentally asked it to a vegan.
You're lucky. Go on.
So,
You're
what's
too
your
kind
favorite
for
way? What's your favorite way to eat cheese?
Huh?
Oh, I just chop it off, mate, and eat it off the
Yeah,
block.
bang.
Yeah, man. Off
Right.
the block, man. Straight.
You don't melt it, no nothing.
No.
I like melted cheese, though.
There's a cheese tax in my house. So when I get near the block of cheese, I've got a queue. I've got my niece, my nephew, the dog. You know, we all have a bit each. So
The cheese tax.
It's the cheese tax, man. That's it. You get it out of the fridge and they're on you. So yeah,
loved it.
just chop it off and eat it. That's it.
The best way.
If you posh, you got a bit
I
of
like that
chutney.
answer.
Nice.
Yeah. Sometimes if if I'm fortunate enough to find a cracker in the fridge or in the cupboard, then I've had a right result. But yeah, it's normally just cheese on the side.
Cheese on the side.
Yeah. Got to be mature as well, so you've got to be able to taste it. It don't taste like rubber.
Nice.
Fair.
Excellent work.
Cool.
My go. What's the most thoughtful present you have ever received?
A Brixton Street Wear logo.
There we go. Hey!
Man, that was A1. That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Queued that one up, didn't I?
You knew that was coming.
I did.
Oh.
Final questions then, Darcy?
Yeah.
All right. Last four questions.
I think we've probably got an answer for this one, but if you weren't doing what you do now, what do you think you'd be doing?
Taxi drivers.
Probably building cars like I used to.
Yeah, he builds cars. I'd still be a cabin.
What sort of cars are you into?
Volkswagen Golfs, early ones, like Mark 1, Mark 2.
Perhaps going to come round and bum you now you've said that.
Mate, if you saw my driveway, you'd probably do a cum.
What you got?
I've got a 63 Beetle, a 67 Beetle, Mark 1 Golf, Caddy, a Mark 5 GTI. I've got a Volkswagen Transporter that I've fucking decked the ball. It's sitting on Porsche wheels. It's on the fucking deck. Basically
on rubber bands.
Basically, yeah. Basically, I've got I spent all of my money I spent on Volkswagens and women.
Yeah,
And the rest I wasted.
I've got,
it sounds more impressive than it is because none of them work. Like literally, it's
apart from your van.
Apart from my van.
You basically got a VW graveyard.
Yeah. But which all Volkswagen like aficionados do. Like if you haven't got at least 2 or 3 of them dying at home, then you're not a proper fan.
Well, I've got a Mark 1 convertible with a 16 valve 1900 lump in it from GTI Engineering.
Nice.
Running on twin 45 Weathers. So I've done that because I wanted to, and that was way back in the 90s before anyone was doing it. And I've got a Mark II C-Reg Type 19 slammed to the floor with a V6 engine out of a 4Motion.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's in bits at the moment, that one, but my Mark 1's all in one piece. But everyone was going, why don't you want a tin top? Because I had loads of tin tops. I just wanted a soft top. You know what I mean?
I don't know what any of that means, but I've got a Nissan Qashqai.
Darcy, I'm with you. He's just totally spoke.
I had a cabriolet.
I've also got a Mark 1 Ford Focus that Pab says he was going to buy off me because it drives like a go-kart.
Well, if it was an ST, it'd be all right.
It does drive like a go-kart. It's fucking brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, but
you might have. I still do. I run a car cruise called London Cartel.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've been on it.
Yeah, that's me, dude.
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, that's
when they're cruising you around London.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so like, because there's lots of, because Sandra runs it with me. So Sandra's got a silver Mark 1.
Yeah.
And he's got the purple Rally. And I've got the black convertible Mark 1 with the damn VW plate. So that's
nice.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Oh, there we go. Now we know.
See, I knew you'd know it.
already fucking met, haven't we?
Yeah, mate, somewhere along the line, bro. The other two just got out of the room there for a minute.
You can cut this all out if you want, Darcy. Everyone will be so fucking bored by that bit.
Ron,
I thought Darcy had pissed off to the toilet.
I thought these two thought we went doggy.
Wait, here's his keys.
Fucking hilarious.
No good info in his keys. He won't be carrying all the keys that his car's got. Anyway. Let's roll on.
Brilliant. Can you think of any brands that would be good for us to have on the podcast?
Brands that you can have on the podcast. Who else?
I know you said you don't really, apart from your collabs, you haven't really associated with sort of other brands that much, have you?
No, we roll sort of on our own. We just do what we're doing. Who else would be good on their podcast? I'm trying to think.
Is there anyone you follow and you're like, I'd like to hear or like to see more of them or hear more of them?
you know what? Right, before the brand, I never really sort of. I love motivation and I love sort of like spiritual stuff, but I started listening to how people got their brands bigger and better. Like I said, I listened to Bobby Hundreds and I listened to all the others. But I find when I listen to some of them so fucking boring, like the big brands, I think, fuck you know, like when you listen to say like George Heaton, I can't knock them. Their brand's amazing, it's amazing what it's doing, but you listen to it, you think, fuck's sake, could you imagine getting pissed with you?
Right, this brand,
like, that's how I sort of think to myself. But
this brand here is who I would like to look. I'll show you. Do you remember the kid from Sly House?
Oh yeah, Rich.
So
He's
Rich. This kid here,
he's really nice.
He's wicked, man.
What's he called? What's he called?
I can't bloody read it, so you'll have to. His name
Richie Ford toujours.
So this lad here, he's amazing.
Yeah,
Honestly, he's got really
such
good,
a nice kid,
you know, and he's like he's trying, and he's got his brand is all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
So randomly, you know, you just notice something, and he's people's coming to our store with his hat on, and I think he's just releasing this jacket. So like this one here, which is
nice.
So he's pretty cool, man. But yeah, I'd like to hear him on it because I like the kid. I think he's a man. So to me, he's a lad. But yeah, he's good. You know.
Nice.
I always sort of he's one of the only brands I really keep in contact with.
Yeah, we don't. Have you interviewed each other?
Sort of. Every now and again we do a catch up episode. So we got a brand together.
Yeah.
The pop culture stuff. I mean, I say we got a brand. We got a brand. Darcy sells stuff. I sell nothing. None of my shit sells. Although the one I've got coming out I reckon is going to do all right.
Yeah.
I've got
it fucking better do.
I've got a human traffic long sleeve t-shirt coming out.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah. So yeah. I can say that because it will be released before this episode goes out. So go and buy it, everyone.
King of Trainers is a good one.
King of Trainers, yeah, he's wicked.
Or like I tell you, I do like Dylan, Dapper Dylan.
But he's more of a collector. He collects.
Yeah, he's a collector. We've met him a few times. He's a really nice kid.
Yeah.
He's got
Chica's quite good.
Yeah,
well.
she's
good. She's a good girl.
Jane, she's good at African Chica.
So African Chica, she's on Instagram and she's one of our friends, and she's got like she makes coats like out of African prints. So
right, really cool.
What she does, yeah.
I was on the way back from holiday, and I was on holiday with some friends, and my friend it was a driving holiday, and one of my other friends was living in Uganda at the time, and he sent me a picture of some fabric that he was going to get for his wedding. He was going to get all the waistcoats and I made like really like Larry wonderful fabric, and he called me up. He said, "I need to know now your size of what you are in a waistcoat." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Oh, because I'm at the tailor's now." I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "I'll put you on speakerphone." Okay, fine, yeah. So he said, "What? Read out your sizes." Then I said, "Well, I'm like a whatever waist I was." Yeah, fine, yeah. And the guy said, "Okay." And then I got to my waistcoat size, and well, what size waistcoat do you want? And I was like, "Oh, like a 46." And all I heard in the background was this very thick African accent go, "Eh! Your friend is a big man." And bearing in mind, we were driving. So I was driving at the time. My phone was connected. So everyone else in the car just heard this Ugandan guy cuss me out.
Listen, Africans can cuss as well, bro.
He's a big man.
The thing is about the African culture is they can be insulting without being insulting.
Oh, no.
They will say something that insults you, but they don't mean to do it.
Yeah, proper funny. I'll never live that one down. Never mind.
How many more have you got left? Come on.
2 more.
Right. Where can people
really
find you?
Sorry?
Where can people find you?
Well, we're in the middle of heart of Brixton. We are literally at Unit 57, Brixton Village, with Granville Arcade. And
Brixton.
just ask for Brixton Street Wear, and
you ask anyone,
if you're in Brixton. Yeah, majority of people know us where we are. So yeah, and if you don't see someone wearing one of our t-shirts, to be fair, because there's a lot of it going on around it, you know.
Or you listen, or you hear the music first.
Yeah. And worst way is if you look on this T-shirt, it's got the nautical settings at the bottom.
Oh, is it?
So,
Oh, banging, yeah.
Yeah, so
Nice.
like type that into your Google search or whatever you want, and you bang straight where we are.
Bosh.
And to any of the older heads, we used to be the wig shop. So there we go.
Yeah. If you've been here, this used to be a wig shop.
I might come along to you. I know you ain't got wigs anymore, have you?
Hey, listen, his daughter, my niece, she makes the best wigs in the National Theatre.
She's like
She's the top wig maker.
But do you imagine growing up as a kid being like, what are you going to do for a career? Oh, I'm going to be like a teacher. I'm going to be like a butcher. What are you going to do? Going to make wigs. Can you imagine? Like, if someone said to me that was even a career choice when I was a kid, I'd be like, I can make wigs.
She never even knew about it. She went. She wanted to do like social work or work with kids, and then she went to an open day and ended up getting the place like out of 150 candidates.
That's mad.
Now she's like one of the top in the country. So like she's a like.
Would you say she's now the big wig?
She's the big wig, yeah. Well, she still will be, yeah. She's only 25.
She'll make you a big wig.
Yeah.
Will I have to pay for it? Oh, terrible. Sorry.
Oh, I haven't
Awful
got any to
jokes.
follow that up.
I was trying to work in afro into a full, but I couldn't work it out.
I used to have an afro when I was a kid, like a proper 10-inch when I had hair, big curly afro.
Mm.
And then it
Pav
all
also used
fell
to be
out.
black.
No. I got
And
that.
then he went.
I got that thing Michael Jackson's got. I haven't. That's a lie. That is.
I was going to say, what a theme park.
I was actually.
I was going to say something much, much worse than that. Beat me to it.
I think we all were. That's why it went silent.
Yeah.
I was waiting for someone to make a Michael Jackson's a pedo joke, and you all let me down. It's very, very disappointing.
To be fair, Macaulay Culkin went through my head.
But I'm sure Michael Jackson went through Macaulay Culkin's head.
We managed 2.5 hours without a fucking pedo joke, and Pav ruins it right at the end.
Someone to frighten at the end.
Come on, let's move on from that.
All right, last question.
Right, Pav,
Last question.
take it away. Take it away.
What is the meaning of life?
Just to smile, man.
Yeah, man. Live every day. Live every day to your fullest.
If you can smile, then your day's good. That's it.
Nice.
You're not smiling, something shit's happened.
Yeah, positive intentions create positive results. Negative intentions create negative results.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good.
Yeah, just smile.
That's deep.
Peace out.
Drop the mic. An iPad out the window. See you later.
No,
Banging.
boys,
Perfect.
it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. And it's been fucking awesome to hear about Brixton Street Wear and that. And
Thanks so much for coming on.
We'll keep in touch.
No worries. One day we will definitely catch up for a beer, guys. Right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely,
We're not so far away that it can't happen. So that's banging.
We've got plans to be in.
Southeast.
I'm just outside of Brighton, and then Pav's over by
Hastings.
Oh, yeah, you're not really miles away. I've got a couple of my boys down in Hastings wearing my stuff about, so you'll probably even see it.
I'll keep an eye out for them. Yeah.
They're normally driving a Golf, so
you'll see it.
Standard. I'll see him. I'll keep an eye out for him.
Pav will go up to him and be like, "I've got a Golf as well, but it's broken."
Literally, every car apart from my van is in a proper fucking shit.
I've got the VW graveyard.
Yeah. My van was actually perfect as well, and then some oik tried to nick my wheels, and I didn't realise, and I was driving along, and the front wheel came off while I was driving along. Yeah. I didn't die, so it's okay. It's all good.
Still alive.
You should take a picture of that on the front, and then put it on your on the front of a t-shirt. Put the VW graveyard.
No, because I almost did a cheese sandwich from a petrol station when it happened. So I don't
Guys, thank you so much. I've got to go. Love, yeah. Take it easy.
Much love. Thanks, guys.
Take
All the
care,
best.
you guys.
Take care, guys.
Speak to you soon.
Thanks for your time.
Take care. Bye, 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 bye.